And Devin sits down just as we go live.
Apparently, we are live. So, what's going on, everybody? we're,
Howdy, howdy.
we're still
How you
getting
doing?
everybody hooked up and making sure everybody's levels are good and everything. But we're live, late and live. That's what we should call this, late and live. Not because it's late night, but it's always late.
Yeah, I think you might be reverbing, Rev. I'm hearing somebody talking.
No, I don't. I only have Hangouts up. I don't have the chat up yet.
Oh,
Good idea. I should.
I think it was me. Yeah, it was me. Dang it.
That's hilarious.
So howdy, howdy, everybody. Yeah, Charles says it's a tradition, Rev. So Devin's back with us today. How are you doing today, Mr. Devin?
I am all right. Been pretty crazy, but yeah, I made it. So
How are the
here I
roads?
am. They weren't bad when I left the shop, but if I look out the window now, it's pretty much level and going up our windows because we're on the ground floor and our windows are like 2 inches off the dirt.
Yep. For those who want to know, this started out as rain a few hours ago, and yeah, it turned over to snow real quick.
Interesting. It's not showing me that the chat is live.
Oh,
Yep.
I see the chat is live. My favorite comment is the very first one is from Charles saying, "Pray for Dave." Absolutely. Apparently, something to do with a nutcracker. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, Jared. Didn't say hey, JDS. And who else?
Hey, everybody that I can't see yet.
Alex, hey. And Charles already said hey to.
Here's another.
Paula says, just got my chili powder making video posted. I'll have to go and watch that.
Nice.
Hopefully, it's on your main channel so it shows up in the feed. And Jared says, hi, guys. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, one of my main ideas with doing these live streams was to advertise yourself. So, you guys with the wrenches, that was the whole point of the wrenches. Go ahead and make sure, like Paula did, throw up a link to your YouTube channel or anything like that. And everybody in the chat or not chatting yet, go ahead and subscribe up to them.
Alrighty.
Charles says, oops, sorry. Charles says, if Rev didn't start the hashtag pray for Dave, I would, laughing out loud. Yeah.
He should be here, but he said if he would be late. So
Well, at least the invite went out to him.
yeah, that was a weird invite. It was it wouldn't allow me to do multiples. Like usually I'll add everybody all at once. And of course, you know, I was talking to you, Rob, about Devin. It wasn't popping up at all. But normally I'll add everybody all at once. But this time, nope. It was like, you know, you add 1, 2, and when you start adding the third, it would just the whole window would just go away. So I had to go back in and like add Rob, invite, and then add Dave, invite, add Troll, invite. Yeah. Then it came to Devin. It's like we have no clue who Devin is. Absolutely no clue. I'm like, DE, and like it was like D. Oh, you mean Dave? And I'm like, no, not Dave, Devin. So I hit the E, and it was like no clue. Have none, you know, no guesses at all beyond DE. Like you're on your own, buddy. And then I was like, oh, okay, I know his email address. So I started typing that in. Like I got like 7 letters deep and it still wouldn't pull it up. And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Jeez. Technical difficulties.
That's why if anybody ever wants to come on, I'm like, can you just, send me your email address? That's why. Because Google will forget.
Yeah. So let's see.
What's up,
JDS says, I want
Jaden?
to advertise my fishing videos. And Anthony says, what's up, everyone? Hey, Anthony. Paula says, what kind of fish you catching? JDS, all kinds. Paula says, I advertised my jeeping videos one time. Go for it. I agree. Go for it. He doesn't have a wrench.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Hey, Brian. Thanks again, Rob. I got those today. How is everyone doing tonight? Oh, cool. Glad you got them. Hopefully that was enough, Brian. I just grabbed a good portion out of the bag. I figured it would be more than you wanted. I sent him a bunch of the ahi lemon drop seeds,
Oh, okay.
and it was one of
Yeah,
the small bags about half full.
I just raided the pepper powders at the shop because I'm running low, so I grabbed a bag of everything to bring home.
Cool.
Uh, Gotta stay spicy, my friend.
Yeah. So Silver Brothers or Charles put up his YouTube channel. I don't even know what mine is. I should apply for a unique name one. In his latest video there. Okay.
I started so long ago that when my YouTube name is my channel name.
Huh.
So if you go to youtube.com/RevToastTV, that's my URL. But actually, no. That'd be, I guess, 8-year anniversary on YouTube will be on like later this December.
There you go. Still in the
Cool.
game. Now you're a YouTube old man.
Still
Old
haven't
fart,
made
old
it.
fart.
I feel like a guy in like LA. This next commercial, that's gonna be my break.
Yeah.
It's gonna play during the Super Bowl, and that's when I'm gonna make it. Then I'll get the old man rules.
Ah. Yeah, I was looking and I got enough views and enough videos. They say that I can take and apply for a unique one, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
There you go.
Well, you gotta pick it carefully and then stick with it, whatever you do. Because that's one of my biggest problems with YouTube channels is like I'll find someone I like and they'll change their name. And I have no clue who the heck they are because they'll be like, I'll change my name and I'll start putting in crazy thumbnails. And then next thing you don't, recognize that person as the person you used to watch. And you get people like dropping off, at least as a viewer. That's a criticism I find. Because I've followed people, they've changed their name like 6 times in a month, and I'm like, whoa, I can't keep up, man. Like, you're not like that awesome that I will like follow you with every name that you come up with.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't just
But why
change
not?
the name in the feed and send you the changed name.
I've never got a notification about a changed name.
Right? Because yeah, my Rob Z one, I'll just leave it as it is. But my second channel was ROBBZ with no space in it that I changed over to the new name, and I had no followers. There was nobody to follow.
Well, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, but
So,
whenever you actually have like 2,000 people following you, you can't be like, oh, I'm just going to change my name to this and like, change your thumbnails and nobody knows. Like, before it was always you like, oh, I'm doing something in a video. And then now it's like some picture of a beautiful woman. You're like, what the heck? Like, who am I following? Like, it's not that guy, but just little criticism I've found out there. I've seen that happen a bunch of times. It's just weird because I don't know. Like, I like the people, and now I have no clue who they are. Like, I don't see them out there, and I'd like to find their videos again because they entertain me, but I don't know. Went different routes.
Yeah, so Paula says I already watched that one. Must be in reference to the other person. Charles says mine are my favorite guitar and year it was made. That's cool. Um, Brian says that is perfect. I'm going to see how many will come up. Hoping to get a lot after last year's debacle. If they do as well as my Hungarian wax, then I'll be set. Yeah, the Ahi lemon drops, they are very prolific. Just ask Devin, he'll tell you.
Any Yahis. Love
oh
those.
yeah.
And it says I had 48 plants, nothing smaller than 6 inch. Oh, it says 6 foot, but must be 6 inch pods. The biggest was 10 inches, three
I,
foot
I
pods
read it as
on.
6 foot pods.
Huh?
I read it as 6 foot pods.
Yeah, that's what it says, but it's got to be
So
No,
he
no,
must
no,
have
no.
6 inch.
got
It's gotta
six
be. It's
pods
gotta
that
be,
were
man.
a foot long.
It's written down. It's gotta be true.
It's on
Yeah,
the
it's on the
internet.
internet.
It's on the internet. It's got to be true.
Yeah,
Uh,
isn't that like an Abraham Lincoln quote?
Yeah.
so have you
34
been
pods
paying
on.
attention to your Minecraft farm at the shop, Rob?
Say what?
All your little solo cups at the shop?
What about them?
You got sprouts coming out of a few of them.
Good.
I
Good,
just
good.
noticed that today. There's a couple that are like a couple inches tall already.
Good. Then people will have something to look forward to Wednesday when I do the update. JDS says I decided to do an experiment with Kratky. Anyone have any tips using fish fertilizer and Epsom salts? That's it. Go light on the Epsom salts. Too much magnesium can hurt the plants. As far as the fish fertilizer goes, Rev, that's right up your alley.
Fertilization.
Yeah, he's doing Kratky rather than aquaponic, but he's using fish fertilizer instead.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, he said he decided to do an experiment with
Oh,
Kratky.
um, oh. Well, I don't know. No, it's magnesium sulfide. That's like a lot of nitrogen. No, I mean that sounds like a good experiment. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. That would be awesome. I want to see what happens. Um, how was I tagged with this?
Well, he just says fish fertilizer, and you're the closest thing we have to fish fertilizers in plant growing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but with
Mr.
the
Catfish.
cracky, I don't know. Go with the master blend. That stuff works great.
I agree. Hey, you should see my pak choi now.
Oh yeah. I keep looking over at the counter. I've got a gigantic harvest of peppers that I got tonight
Oh,
that
that
are
means you're eating
all
tonight.
that are all on tomorrow's video.
But you're eating one tonight.
Possibly. Depends on how many of those thumbs down we get. 'Cause everybody loves to throw the thumbs down when Batman's on.
Yeah.
By the way, that one's still demonetized.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well,
No, he
that's
didn't.
part of like the Adpocalypse 3.0. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, that's what that's about because it has Batman in the title. It's like
Uh,
any superhero titles That's like the target now. But that being said, I
Jeez.
had 20 videos demonetized, and now I'm down to 19. Yeah, just gardening, pak choi and onions and spinach. You can't have that. That's not advertiser friendly. Which, by the way, it's not. You don't like this is the weird thing I just picked up on today. It's not that. Well, no, the whole thing is you don't make money on the video because it's limited or no ads, which means they're still playing ads on there, but they're not giving you money for it. So it's
Because there's not
limited,
enough.
and they collect those ads and they're back to their coffers.
Wow.
Okay.
Yay!
Going back to the chat, Paula says, "Nice. I want to make relish next year." Brian says, "LOL, Rev, you're funny, bud." Yep. Charles says, "I'm making more sauce and will be selling some later in the week on PLC Marketplace." ADS says,
Nice. So
"Just
go
an
to the
extra."
PLC marketplace and buy some of that from Charles. Charles Polk, right? 08, believe. Wasn't there numbers afterwards? Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just trying to throw a plug out.
Yep. JDS says, "Just an extra plant I have, laughing out loud. That's what I use on plants. But there's a difference between fertilizers that go into dirt and fertilizers that go into water. The ones that go into water have a totally different makeup to them, or the ones that go on dirt are usually more concentrated and because it's got to go through the soil and refresh the soil, where everything that goes into the water goes in at in its purest form. And you got to be careful about getting your particle content too high or too low, your parts per million."
Well, I believe what he was talking about with the fish nutrient stuff, I believe that's like remember the name. Uh, says Alaska on the name. It's like a quart bottle or whatever. You can buy it at that box store that we don't want to name. But no, that stuff that's made for like uh, dirt plants.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I used it for like the aquaponics. I
Yeah, but
dumped that stuff right into the filter and
okay. Well, aquaponics. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I can't
What
remember
was
what
the
their
result?
yeah. Charles has most of the name. What's the rest of it? It's like Alaskan. I got like 2 bottles sitting in the garage right now.
Alaskan salmon poop.
Oh, there you go. Charles Polk on PLC, which should be Charles Polk on PLC Marketplace,
Yeah,
where you can buy
PAULK.
stuff from him.
Okay. Brian says, "Paul, my
Oh,
relish is like sweet pickle relish with a little kick, just not enough for me. My dad loved it though, and he is 86 and not into chilies at all." Go ahead.
yeah, Charles Andrews, fish emulsion. Exactly. That's what it was. It was Alaskan something was the name, but it was fish emulsion.
Okay.
Oh, and back to Charles on Pepper Lover Community. You also have a wrench, so you can actually link to yourself on Pepper Lover Marketplace and advertise yourself. Throw a link to yourself on the marketplace. So if anybody wants to buy anything from you, they can go ahead and look you up. I never mentioned this, but that was the whole intention of the wrench thing. That way you can actually put links in to yourself and you can, advertise for yourself in the chat. By the way, after the video is not live, the chat doesn't exist. So when you watch it, like unless you have the direct link to it, then you can watch the chat. But otherwise, when YouTube processes it, there's no chat. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, so Devin, you're awfully quiet. Your turn to talk.
I haven't been super quiet.
Just quiet.
I'm always quiet though.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, JDS. Now
I don't
go
know.
ahead and advertise for yourself.
Not a lot going on. Started in Ahi, not doing anything. I put it in my window, and after a few days, I checked on it, and it was like freezing cold because apparently my heater wasn't making it through the really big curtain I had. So then I put it under my lamp and left the light bulb going, and by the time I made it home from work, the dirt was really hot. So
Ah,
I'm not sure if it's gonna grow, but I have more seeds, so
with
here's to
access
hoping.
will come more.
uh, and I haven't really started anything else yet. Just been procrastinating. Especially if my windows are gonna get covered in snow. There's no point in trying to grow in the corner I grow in because there's gonna be no light anymore.
Yeah. We can always. I got a small grow light somewhere around here if you want it. It's just one of those like 1.5 or 2 foot long ones.
I've been using what is it, like a 5600 some LED puts off, it makes the room like super white, just that light bulb. So I have it probably 4 or 5 inches above the dirt, but it lets off a slightly blue shade.
Okay. Let's see. Mark says, Paula, speaking of sugar rush plants, I got some light green dots popping up on leaves. Do you know what causes that? Water is 5.5 to 6.5 pH. So it's probably not that. Carl says, I've always liked Neptune's harvest fish and seaweed fertilizer. Paula says, hey, Mark, sounds like it could be an air circulation issue. Do you have a fan on your plants? Charles says, but it's going to stink, stink big time in a cracky setup. JDS says, I'm going to put or get some new stuff tomorrow for plants. And Mark says, no.
What's up, Alex?
What's going on?
Hey, Alex. So we have plants that are sprouting, huh?
I seen one for sure. I'm sure there's a couple more, but still looks like a Minecraft farm with a few random dry cups here and there.
I
I don't
gotta
even
have
know what
some.
that is, but that's hilarious.
He likes playing Minecraft, and when you till the earth in Minecraft to plant it, sometimes certain blocks will dry out, so you've got all these dark spaces and then light brown spaces that don't have any water on them. And so at the shop, he's got all these cups and the Pepsi crate holder things, and so it'll be like a row of all wet still, a row with like two, and then a dry cup, and then two more. I keep telling him he's got a real life Minecraft farm going on.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta have some fun. I don't know what it is with that uh, dirt, but you can water them all the same, and some will just dry out like
Blame it on the
immediately. And
dirt.
huh?
Blame it on the dirt.
Well, we we have a system for watering, and we
Well, it's
give each
always
one
so
of them the same
different.
amount, and yet different cups will dry out right away. So yeah, blame it on the dirt. Yeah.
Oh man, this is like the opposite of like the what early '90s with Milli Vanilli. Remember they were blame it on the rain. Oh, look at that joke, crash and burn.
Yeah, that got no reaction at all. Alex says Minecraft in real life. Yep.
Yeah, see, at least Minecraft gets some props. Milli Vanilli, nope. Everybody's
Who?
like, who? What? Doesn't
What?
make sense.
More or less.
They lip synced all their songs. They didn't even really sing their songs. Somebody else did it. They lip synced it. They were like the pretty boys and they lip synced. It's quite the scandal. Woo.
Sounds like something you'd be into.
Yep, that's a good one.
Know me.
Mark says it's open grow in a spare room. Okay, so talking about okay. Alex says I'm not an old man.
Must be nice.
Val says they did later. They sucked. Okay, we're still back in Milli Vanilli. All right, Boss Man is early tonight. I'll be back in a moment.
Going to erase all of the Milli Vanilli that he's got on his computer. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
he just got the memo. Go over there. Oh yeah, delete.
Oh man, so how you been?
Hanging in there. Pitbull sitting here snoring.
Yeah, 8-track.
I love that she does that.
Uh,
I don't know if you can delete an 8-track. I know you can smash one.
smash, delete, same thing. Throw it in a fire.
It's all fun. Get the same satisfaction out of every single one. Hammer smashing, throw it in the fire and watch it crackle and burn.
So, I don't know. I'll have to ask the chat here, yay or nay, but for some odd reason, I keep getting this odd craving to mix ahi lemon drop in with French vanilla ice cream.
I'm pretty sure that would work.
I
But
like the taste
again,
of the ahi, especially when it's powdered, because then you got that kind of a smoky taste. I think it would be not bad, but the ice cream would negate the heat more or less.
and that French vanilla has like such a pronounced flavor of vanilla more than just regular old vanilla.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that would work pretty good with the ahi. I don't know, but you said throw it out to the chat. So what does the chat think?
I mixed it with my mac and cheese. I do that all the time. Everything goes in the mac and cheese, man. One way to find out, yeah, I suppose.
And I did not eat the onion yet.
Keep hearing something that sounds like Morse code in the background. Uh, it's Rob. Since he's not here, it's
Yeah,
Rob.
I'm totally on Rob. Absolutely his fault. And when he gets back, everybody in the chat give him crap about that.
Excuse me, crap about what?
Peach chili on some pumpkin
Oh wait.
pie with cinnamon
Here he
ice
comes.
cream.
He's back now. Shh. Okay. Yeah.
That
Oh,
sounds
you were
actually
saying
really
something,
good.
Devin. It was really important. What was that?
Gappy was saying she put peach chili powder on some pumpkin pie with cinnamon ice cream, and it was darn tasty. I was talking about mixing ahi with ice cream, like French
French
vanilla or
vanilla
vanilla
ice
ice
cream.
cream. I have French vanilla right now, so I guess vanilla in general. I don't think it would taste good with like a mint chocolate chip ice cream or like Rocky Road. That might be kind of odd.
Well, even if you said vanilla, I'd be like, I don't know, maybe yeah, that'd be fine. But you said French vanilla, and that kind of caught my attention. Like I, I, I don't think I've ever bought ice cream in my life. Actually, my dad likes ice cream, so usually there'll be some in the house, and I'll just like have like a spoonful or two. But I don't think I've ever actually bought ice cream. But if I did, French vanilla would probably be one of the top ones. But that's what he was saying. French vanilla with some ahi pineapple. Because I thought like the French vanilla has like that pronounced
No, ahi lemon drop.
or the yeah. Well, aren't they the same? Lemon drop,
I think
ahi lemon drop.
taste more or less between ahi pineapple and
Oh, pineapple.
lemon drop. Yeah. I don't know. Either or would probably taste all right.
He needs some more ahi lemon, is what he's talking about, Rob. So can you give him some more ahi lemon?
Devin, do you need some more ahi lemon drop?
I don't know. I've got access to the rack at the shop. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll just
Plus, you
keep
got any of
grabbing.
those tabs left?
I think I still got a sandwich bag full. I just get bored sometimes and pop one in my mouth, like a potato chip.
Yeah. I've
I like
seen him
how,
do it.
I like how Charles says listening to Milli Vanilli and blame it on the boss, Rob.
Yeah, I missed something, didn't I?
Uh,
Well,
Brian
Milli
says,
Vanilli.
Go ahead.
Blame it on the rain. Switched it around. Blame it on the boss.
Yeah. So, Rev, what pepper you eating tonight?
Look, Jared said,
Oh, he's changing the subject. Yep, Jared says, haha, now you all hear it.
yeah, yeah, I hear
Mr.
it too.
JT Bear is on.
The Morse code beeping in the background.
yeah, see, I get in mine, I'm hearing more of like raising and falling static. I'm not getting the beeping as much as you guys apparently are.
Yeah, I can hear the beeping too. Just ever so faint, but JT Bear is on. Hey, Mr. JT Bear, or JT. Chilies I grade in ice cream, and then goes on to say maple and Hab worked well anyway.
Well, why
Yeah,
not? I'll
hey, Mark.
return.
All right. Hey, Mark, do your spots. Looks like this. Someone posted this in G Plus not too long ago. It's called edema. Edema. Okay.
Yeah, where you water too
The spots
much.
on the plants.
Yeah, we
So
all know
JT,
edema.
so JT could join us tonight if he wanted to.
Yeah, well, even if he doesn't want to join us, he was talking about going live, and there was one thing I wanted to make sure I wanted to comment to him, but it was going to take too long, so I was going to say it tonight and then send him a link at the timestamp so that he could actually know what I was talking about. Back in the day, it was like really hard to go live, and I don't know. No, I did that. I already turned mine down, but no, JT, if you're going to go live, or anybody, if you're going to go live, one of the best tips, don't do all the crazy settings and all that stuff. Go to your dashboard. If you don't know how to get to your dashboard, click your video manager, and then on the left-hand side, you can find your, well, it's pretty much like your dashboard kind of thing on the left-hand side. The uh, click the live streaming, and then click the events thing. From there, you can do it as a quick thing, and you can do that with Google Hangouts. And if you do that, it is super simple. That's all the settings you need, and you can go live right there. You click Google Hangouts, and bang, you go live. Whereas if you try to go through the YouTube settings, you will spend half a day trying to look up all the settings and everything, and it sucks. But anyway, so Rob, you turned off your mic. Did the beeping go away, chat?
Nope, it's still coming through.
All right, then.
Okay, it just stopped. Devin, did you do something? Yep, you muted and it stopped. Now it's back on.
Ah, that's hilarious. I was just about to mute my mic.
All right, I plugged my mic and unplugged it or whatever. Yeah, that whole reverse order of that thing.
It's still there.
Yep.
It's probably the fact that this headset isn't really meant for a computer. Oh yeah, I should show this off here.
Yeah, that's a little bit. And your ice cream?
Yes. I mean, why not?
Bring it up so we can see.
What if I just do that? Oh geez, that was a bit much.
Oh, you can always mix it through. Yeah, that's a good amount.
So we'll see if I die here.
No.
Probably not with all the extra fat from the ice cream.
So Brian says, Rev, get your pepper ready.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's right on the screen right there. It just came up. And then Paul said,
There
yeah,
was
I
no
think I'll have ice cream for
mention.
dinner. So yeah, Rev, they're over on the counter. Remember, if you look to your left, yeah, right over there. They're right over there on the counter.
You wouldn't believe how many peppers I have over there.
I
But
would believe it.
unfortunately, they're all super hot. I'm not prepared to just go ahead and like eat into one of the most hot peppers in the entire world.
Oh, come on now. I'm trying something new. You can try.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. Well, I can go ahead and grab a Sugar Rush. I can eat one of those things. Not a problem. That's about the same thing, or way less than, or way more than what you're throwing on some ice cream with some. Yeah, I guess that would be relief. I don't know. I don't like dairy, so. Yeah, JT's got a wrench. Uh-oh. So JT, you can put your YouTube channel in the chat, and everybody should subscribe up to JT.
I
I've
already am.
subscribed to JT for like 4 years now.
I already am, and I left a comment on his last video too. I'm special.
My favorite was not the was it fudge, but the one before that, where everybody was like, "You should be on the live stream."
We're waiting, Devin.
Definitely not eating a Trini.
It's getting there.
No, definitely
Gotta
not.
turn it into soft serve before you eat it. That's the only way to eat ice cream.
And I don't like chocolate pods.
Yeah, I was just gonna say our chocolate pod. Yeah, you don't like chocolate pods.
There you go. Chocolate scotch bonnet and some chocolate ice cream.
I might try that. I'm not a big dairy fan, but I might try that.
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing to that ice cream?
Making it
all in.
soft serve.
Yeah, maybe you need a straw.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
make
it's
it a
still.
milkshake or what?
He's making it like Wendy's Frosty style,
More or less.
soft serve.
So how's it tasting?
I'm just tasting French vanilla, but then after you let it melt and then swallow it, you get a tingle in the back of your throat. So it definitely should probably get more ahi at some point next time I make a new bowl. We'll definitely see how I'm doing after the bowl though.
Paula says it needs more powder.
Well, the ahi lemon drop is definitely the powder that we have the most of. It's a good thing it's a favorite. So is your
Actually,
verdict good or bad?
oop, losing my microphone. It's actually quite interesting. I definitely know how to keep ice cream from the rest of the family now.
Well, not really, because you said like you ate it and it was all good, but then you get like a tingling in the back of your throat. So we'll totally like eat into it, and it won't be until afterwards they're like, "Oh, that might have been a bad idea."
Won't do it again though.
Now I wonder how it would have been if you did it with the flakes instead of the powder.
Tempting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've never had lemon drop.
I mean, I've got a very kind of dull roar going in the back. It's all focused in my throat because the ice cream kind of kept it off my tongue.
Mm-hmm. But now that you quit eating it, your tongue's going to clear off, and you might get a nice little spike here coming up.
Who knows? Yeah, see, here's my selection now.
Oh, that's not bad.
A little bit of everything.
And Rev, I sent you some of the ahi lemon drop powder. You're saying you haven't had an actual pod?
Um, no, no. No,
Okay.
I was actually thinking like, oh, I did, but no, I didn't. It was ahi pineapple. Aaron Hernandez sent me those pods when he sent the King Naga last year. But I was also growing ahi pineapple last year. I tried his, I tried mine. They were all pretty good. But no, the ahi lemon, no, Dave sent me seeds. I grew them. One was in the aeroponic garden and it died, and the other one was in the crack key and that one died. So I was out of luck.
Hmm. Well, the three in the shop ended up passing away from the aphids, but otherwise I've had good luck with them.
Yeah,
Ah,
them aphids, they're still reoccurring on the Bohemian goat and the MOA Scotch bonnet.
Well, if you see JT's latest video, he was talking about how he did the rosemary with the Dawn, and it was actually making an impact on the aphids.
That's kind of what killed our last ahis, was the soap water thing. Because after the soap water dried so many times, it created too thick of a film for any nutrients to get in or out of the leaves, and ended up killing off the leaves one by one, suffocating them more or less. So something to watch out for.
and the ones at the shop, we don't have access to like a big tub where we can wash them off or anything like that. No shower, no nothing, no hose. Oh, that was a big gust of wind that shook the whole house.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty crazy.
And there's a good half inch out there right now.
Oh, we had percussions going on earlier today where I'm like, are we that close to the bombing range where like it sounded like explosions going on. Like the entire house would shake and my dog was freaking out, running around, barking and it was happening for like, 30 minutes or something.
Hmm.
It was actually, if you watch tomorrow's video, it was right before I shot that video. Or well, that all happened right before I shot the video.
Hmm.
I'm just kind of going through and trying all the powders, the new ones. This is cayenne.
Easy one.
Does. Ooh.
So, according to the that you're eating a Trini and a Naga tonight, Rev. So why don't you go grab those while we're watching Devin taste test?
I already ate a naga. That was on live stream. was probably a mistake, but I did it.
Yeah.
Cayenne's got a kick for a cayenne.
Yeah, the nugget was a little bit higher than a cayenne.
Well, obviously, but no, I'm just saying for just cayenne, this stuff's actually got a decent kick to it. Are
Yeah.
these off of the last harvest before we cut it back, or off of the last set of peppers?
Before I got cut back.
Okay.
But yeah, I ate one of those and I wasn't expecting it to be as hot as it was.
Okay, that was
I
pretty
was surprised
instant.
myself.
Hopefully we get more like that.
Yeah, Brian, it was like almost 70 here today. I hope that's not
Oh,
the same
lucky.
forecast that I'm gonna get.
You quit swearing over there, Rev.
Yeah, watch your mouth. Yeah, I could take and point the camera out the window and let you see it snow, but I don't think that'd be much fun.
So, Rob, you were wondering if I had enough ahi lemon drop. I've
Yeah,
got
that might be enough.
2 ripe, 2 unripe, 2 half ripe.
That might be enough to last you through the end of the month.
Our obnoxiously yellow MOA Scotch bonnet. More chocolate Scotch bonnet. Oh, hey, I was wondering where that Nate's Rush went. This stuff is really good.
Yep, I gave
That
for the
was
people out there. I gave them a sample
Gro-
of it.
who does that? Grown in
Yep,
West
Dave and I.
Virginia? Yeah.
Yeah. Grown at home in WB.
Very good. I'm already done with the Kangs that you gave me. That was gone within the first week you gave it to me.
I don't doubt that.
That was delish. That was very wonderful.
Yeah, Brian says supposed to start hitting here tomorrow. Wind and maybe a little snow, but they changed the forecast here so much. It's hard to say. It was 63 today. Okay. Paula says chocolate scotch bonnet. I want that. Yeah, I had a really good crop of chocolate scotch bonnets this year. Jared says we had a high of 64 today and are expecting a low of 25 tonight.
Yeah,
Well, we got a blizzard going on, so I'll take the 25.
These guys are starting to make me worry.
Huh?
Guys are starting to make me worry. It was like 65 here today. It was like almost 70 yesterday, and like they're talking like, oh, it might be like 25 tonight. Now I might actually have to look at my app and see what see what it's gonna be overnight. I like, I don't know. I like cross my fingers and just thinking that it's not gonna freeze until April.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, but I like doing that.
Paula says not exciting here. Low in the 40s, high in the 40s. 40s all day, every day here.
Sucks.
At least a lot of plants will survive in 40s. My pak choi, it had to be frozen 3 times. It had to be in nights where it was freezing 3 times before it finally gave up the ghost.
Jeez.
It was covered with snow the one morning, and it thawed out and got warm, and it was still growing.
I can't for days.
I kale for days, yeah.
Well,
Ah,
same thing. I had like cabbage or Brussels or all kind of different stuff. And it would go into winter and freeze over my entire aquaponics where they were growing. And they would just keep on growing. No big deal.
yeah.
I mean,
But
we don't get a very big freeze. If we get a freeze, it's like 2, 3 days kind of thing. But
yeah, but the pak choi, if it hits 90 or above for more than a couple days, it goes into bolt mode.
not even. It
Yeah.
hit 70 in my greenhouse and it bolted.
Well, I think that's why it does so good and grow room that I have here because I don't turn the heat vent on in there. It's completely shut off. The only heat that goes into that room is from the lights, and that's not a whole lot. So it stays 60 or so in there all winter long. And yeah, it grows really nice. Those are up. Some of those are probably 3 inches tall now, so they're coming along quite nicely. A little
So,
warm there, Devin.
no, I'm just playing with the peppers.
Yeah.
Uh,
Playing
so
with the peppers.
kind of. Um, this is the color of our standard MOA Scotch bonnets. That kind of obnoxious yellow. Okay. This is the color of the MOA Scotch bonnet red that Rob was growing.
Right.
Big difference.
Right.
This is the color of just straight tiger's teeth next to it. That was growing right next to his MOA Scotch bonnet.
Interesting.
I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose.
Jared says, whenever we get into the 20s here, that's about as cold as we ever get. Very occasionally, we'll get a low in the high teens overnight, but that's rare. Oh, well, just about every year we get into the minus 20s, minus 30s.
No, no, that's just crazy, man. You can't live like that. No, I agree
So,
with Jared. That's the same thing as here. Like, rarely it'll get in the 20s, but it might do it every couple years or something like that. We'll get snow every couple years. I've been here for 17 years. I think it snowed 8 of those years, something like that. One of them, I have my on my quad, like just doing donuts and stuff in the snow.
well,
And
that
I don't
reminds
have it
me, I
on
got
video. I don't have it on video, but I actually like went out. Like I never drive my quad on the road because you shouldn't. It's not legal. But when there's snow on the road and it's like pretty much shut down, well, yeah, then you do. I went out on my road and drove down like all the way to the very next road, which is a while down, and like turned around and came back, and there was some dude like trying to race me coming back. Like he was in a car and I'm on a quad in fifth gear, maxed out, and this guy's like gaining on me, and like I was in fifth gear, like maxed out on a throttle, but it wasn't because like I was going so fast. It was because the rear end was just sliding around. So I'm just kind of like trying to put like bounce as much as I can and like put as much weight on the rear end so I can actually like get some traction. Yeah, guy almost got he got pretty daggone close, but he didn't
in,
catch up.
in the state of Minnesota, they just made it legal to drive quads on the roads. You got to follow a few certain rules, but yeah, you can drive the quads on the road. And around here, we're so used to the snow that you look at an average parking lot, and at least half the vehicles in the parking lots are pickups or SUVs with four-wheel drive. So it's normal
Well,
here
you mean like during winter storms or just in general, like middle
in
of summer,
general.
like drive your quad to the Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, middle of the summer, I don't really agree with that.
Oh,
Only
it's
because like those things, they do not respond well on pavement. They respond well on grass and dirt, but they do not like they are way too touchy. Like you can roll one of those things so quick.
yeah. I take it
I'm
up
not
to the
saying they
grocery store
shouldn't
often.
be able to do it. I'm just saying people probably shouldn't do it. But during the winter, when it's like all stormy and stuff, heck yeah, that's the best time to do it. Like peeling out the whole way, like sliding that thing sideways down the street as you're like heading off to Walmart to like pick up some supplies.
Yeah. I've got a 2006 Arctic Cat 500, which looks very
Oh,
similar to
see,
yours.
no, that's like an actual thing that will get you there and back. The one
Yeah,
I
and pull a
got
trailer
won't get
behind
you
you the
back.
whole way, and it's got a winch on it and a plow on it, and
Yeah, see, yours will get you there and back. Mine will get you there. It won't get you back. It's a Honda 300. No rear wheel drive, no plow, no nothing, no winch. I gotta come along, but it's only like 4 foot.
yeah, I've got a winch on it with a 50-foot cable on it,
2,000
and
pound.
3,000, I think. It's got to be able to pull itself
That's
out
way
of 3 4 feet
overkill.
of mud. But
So,
yeah, it's got a plow on it and 4-wheel drive, and yeah, it gets you where you want to go, and it can tow a trailer, but it's got to have that plow put back on it now because it's starting to snow. But my nephew uses it for plowing people out.
I mean, technically, mine hauls a trailer. I mean, I got a Honda 300, which means it's a 281 cc engine, I believe. They just rounded up to 300. Like it's something like they might as well have called it a 250, but no, they got to round it up to 300. But that thing will haul my what is it, 5 by 10, and it's a big trailer with like the 3 foot sides on it with like the big 3 inch heck would you call that, like all the borders on the thing is like 3 inch pipe. Like it's really heavy, but that thing will haul that thing around.
Oh yeah,
But you add any amount of snow, that thing's not moving it at all.
yeah. Mine they take with to go 4-wheeling on the back trails because mine will go through just about anything. Mine's the only one that has a winch on it for pulling the others out when they get stuck. Uh, Brian's, Brian says we get -10s. The coldest I have ever seen was back in '93 blizzard when it was -40. Thank goodness it was March. Natural gas was starting to freeze in the lines when it started warming up.
Uh,
Yeah, we see -40s often.
well, and no, I mean I get where you're coming from. I mean, I've been in like really, really cold temperatures. I lived in Pittsburgh. We had like 6 feet of snow like one winter. It was just crazy. But no, I don't want to live there. I've been trying to move south and keep making my way south and more south until there's no snow.
Devin, explain that last comment.
what do you mean?
So Devin says nobody can really see it, but
Nice.
I'm sweating pretty bad, laughing out loud. Just did an experiment trying all three MOA tiger seeds, then MOA red. Tongue is definitely alive. Ha ha.
Uh, I started
Subscribe
with
to
this one,
You should
the
subscribe to Devin.
MOA. Then I went to the tiger's teeth. Just kind of dipped my finger in there. Then I went to the MOA red because I wanted to see what the heat progression would be, or if there would be, like, it would make the MOA milder versus whatever. I should have probably taken a minor break in between all three. I can definitely feel my tongue right now quite well.
It's alive.
My headphone is starting to slide out of my ear now because of the sweat running down the side of my face. I wonder if I can get a close up on any of that condensation. Probably not.
Yep, you can see it. That'll learn you.
Eh. What's life without a little fun?
I agree. Yeah, time to start getting rid of the sweatshirt. Well, that's why I got the advantage. I can just reach over, pull the cord, and ceiling fan comes on.
Oh, you missed something. I was just doing a experiment to myself while they were talking. It was more of a background experiment where I was just kind of curious myself of what the difference between all three peppers was.
And you
No, that
found out
ice
the hard
cream,
way.
yeah, that ice cream didn't do a whole lot. Uh, I think total to what I had in there, probably like a half a cup of ice cream or a cup of ice cream. It was probably only like a spoonful, if that, of ahi lemon drop. It wasn't much. But then, yeah, after I was talking about the peppers I had, I was kind of curious of the MOA, the tiger's teeth, and the MOA red, what the heat progression or heat scale on them would be, but I didn't take enough of a break and just kind of dipped one after the other.
Don't touch your eyes.
What?
Yeah.
Rev likes doing that, makes him feel alive.
Absolutely.
That is when the pain goes away, right?
Feels like $1,000,000 when it's over.
Yeah. Jared says it snowed here twice in my life that I can remember, and tomorrow I'll be 42. Oh, geez. Paula says, okay, I was working on backing up my external drive because I need to reformat it. Cool. I'm going to grow the MOA red, starting the seeds this week.
It's
Ooh.
actually got a nice flavor and temperature. Even though I did have regular MOA and then tiger's teeth, uh, it kind of refocused the burn, whereas the other two were back of my tongue and throat more. Once I tried the MOA red, it refocused everything to the tip of my tongue only.
These are like MOA orange. One that's kind of greenish though.
Okay, so the big orange one in your left hand is one you're going to eat tonight, right?
No, these are the MOA. I already ate one.
Now, see,
I already ate like 3 of them actually.
I kind of wonder if the MOA doesn't change depending on the next closest pepper to it. Because since we've kept our MOA isolated, it's almost a pure mustard yellow. And then originally, we had it next to the Bohemian goat, and they were coming out more of a yellow orange.
Wait, I gotta correct. It wasn't an MOA. It was just Scotch bonnet.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I haven't tried the MOA yet.
And so Paula says, so you can eat some more then, huh?
Jeez, oh man. You actually want to see all of my harvest? Because I've got like a gigantic harvest that I took
Well,
today.
grab it.
Well, it's
If there's
not a
nothing
matter
else,
of
I want to see
grabbing it. It's a matter of putting it all in a container.
We can wait.
As for the, is there an MOA orange? I guess the closest was, I don't know if there is an actual MOA orange, but the closest I've seen was when, like I was saying, we had our Bohemian goat next to it, because that comes out pumpkin orange. And for some reason or other, all the MOAs we were getting off, it was really hard to determine, unless you put them in separate labeled containers, what was MOA Scotch bonnet and what was Bohemian goat pepper.
Yeah, that was really weird.
And then now you grew it next to the tiger's teeth, and that's a red pepper, and they start turning red. So I almost wonder if it's not a chameleon pepper.
Never heard of anything like that, but interesting.
Environmental color change.
Rev, say something so your picture actually comes up.
This is how many peppers I harvested today.
I was gonna say, it looked like you replaced your face with a bucket of peppers.
Yeah, everything from Sugar Rush. I got King Nagas in here. I've got more King Nagas, White Devil's Tongue. I've got Daisy Cutters. I've got, what else do we have in here?
All it says, get to eating. Naga.
Yellow Trinidad Moruga Scorpion. Remember, these are like majority of all super hots here, people. I'm not Brando here. Oh
But
wait, there
you
were
you you grew them so that you could eat them.
I grew them so I could make some powders, Rob, just like you do. I got I've got a couple teacups in the bottom, but they're not ripe. I would try one of them. I've got one. Oh, maybe I might try that one. Which is white peach, but it's orange. I don't know what the heck it crossed with, but that might be interesting. What's the other one? I don't
Yeah,
know, but the last time I looked, there wasn't a lot of likes on the video, so I don't know, man. I'm not gonna like jump into the hey, let me like eat the world's hottest pepper kind of thing with 9 likes. What the heck is that noise? Someone like vigorously clicking the like button? Click, 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 click.
Maybe.
I recognize that sound.
There you go. You happy?
Would
I
you
gave
put
you
a
all the
bot
thumbs up
on?
you could need.
You got 946 likes with like 12 views.
JDS says, Paul, I'm going to try and make some powder tomorrow. I don't have a dehydrator, though. Brian Huff says, there it
Oh,
is.
if you
Paula
don't
says
have
you
a
can drive the.
dehydrator, check out all the people that did it with an oven. Like put
Yeah,
it on like 125 or 200 or whatever the thing was.
yeah, it's
You
low
can,
setting. That's
yeah,
what
you can do it with an oven.
If
Paula
you're
says.
not
That
worried
way
about
you can drive.
dust, some people use screens in a box fan.
Yeah, but that if you're in an enclosed house, you don't want to do that method with hot peppers. Paula says you can dry them on the lowest heat level in your oven. That's what I plan on doing. Devin, all the thumbs up was the clicking noise. Okay. Kathy says 10 likes, 11 likes. Well, I haven't added a like myself yet, but
I added a bunch right there. So that's
Fun.
like 10 more. So we're at 21 likes. Hurry up and get to eating.
Well, that's funny. I only saw 10.
I got 10 thumbs up going on there. So that adds an extra 10.
I'm not going to argue the point.
Yeah, I don't see that one.
Close your eyes and pick a pepper, and whatever you pick, you have to eat.
Oh yeah. How
All you
about
gotta
like
do
I
is
close
keep your
my
eyes
eyes and I
closed.
pick a pepper and then like that's the pepper I have to send to you.
Pick a pepper with your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Put it in your mouth. Chew it up. And then we'll have to guess what pepper it was by your screams.
You had to add that last part in. That just turned it off there. Oh,
That makes it a
yeah.
game show.
Oh, yeah. Paula has that Reaper yet.
Oh, good.
Carol
I
brought
believe
that up.
you.
So maybe Paula should come on. And she already stopped me.
Oh, we totally have an open spot ready and available. You know, Paula, all you got to do is just, close your eyes and just pretend it's a different pepper.
Well, those peppers are wore off now. Not feeling the burn anymore.
Bet you don't have any scorpion pepper there.
I was looking for a bag of that, but I guess everybody kind of ran off with that.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while.
I was debating on grabbing the giant bag of jalapeno, but I was like, nah, Rob will probably be like, where the is my bag of jalapeno powder?
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, one of our customers came in and gave me a good sized bag of jalapenos that he was growing. Dehydrated all of them, and it fills about a quarter of a 3x3 Ziploc bag. And that's all there is of it. So if you're going to have some, fill a small bag, but leave me some.
Maybe.
Do I have to go down there and take all of it home with me?
No.
Good answer.
I'll beat you to it. I work tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but remember, I relieve you, so I can check when I get there.
Oh,
Idle threats.
yeah.
So, Rev, which one are you gonna? I'm looking down at the bottom of the screen. Which one are you gonna eat?
No clue what you're talking about.
Okay, you went over. You grabbed your big basket of peppers, and you came back and sat down and showed us and described
Whoa,
them. And you
whoa,
said you were gonna eat
whoa.
one, but you hadn't decided which one yet. So, which one did you
Whoa,
decide on?
whoa, whoa. It wasn't a basket. It's a Tupperware.
Okay, so you brought that container
You can get
over
this
with.
Tupperware at RevToastTV.com. If there's a RevToastTV.com, don't go there. I have no clue who
So
owns that.
you have them all right there. So, which one are you gonna eat?
Oh, a Sugar Rush.
But you eat those all the
Oh, this
time.
one. I don't know what the heck's going on with this one. It's got a goofy little spot on it.
Paula says, "Where's the blindfold?"
Not eating this one.
So the trick is, you got to take the pepper, break it in half, poke both of your eyes, and then eat it. There's your blindfold.
Oh.
No, I don't know how people can do that, man. Like the Reaper challenges and stuff, where they'll freaking lick their fingers, stick it in their eye, and then munch the pepper down, and it's like,
Oh no, they're insane.
Devin, check your mic setup. You're breaking up a little bit.
I'll
So,
just do
Rev, which one
the.
you got there?
Sugar Rush.
I think you should eat 3 of them.
I want to save some seeds, man. What the heck? There's
All
some in the
right, chat.
dehydrator, you know.
How many sugar rushes should he eat?
Nah, I'm not that guy. Doesn't matter what I can actually eat. I'm not one of those multiple ones. I've talked about this before. I don't get the chili Clifton, chili eating thing. Like, if they wanted to be like, hey, can you eat a ghost pepper, like, versus this guy with a ghost pepper? Like, I could do that. But if they're like, hey, how about 30 peppers before you hit a ghost pepper? Nah, I'm not that guy. I don't need to eat like an entire day's worth of meal just in peppers just to get to like the hot peppers.
Yeah, but that's why it's a challenge.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm small. I don't eat a lot. I eat like 30 pounds of peppers.
Yeah. Paula says, pick again. And Charles says, for the 100th time, laughing out loud.
Yeah, I repeat myself. So,
Hey, Devin, I recognize that sound too.
What?
Dave, Dave actually warned me about this one. He actually was telling me like, "Hey man, just letting you know, like it's not a pepper that you should take lightly. Like you should, be a little mindful. Just pepper connoisseur to pepper connoisseur
Hey, Chad.
kindness and stuff. Saying, yeah, don't take that one for granted. It's not just a pepper.
Okay, so you're going to eat half of that one.
Heck no. I'm gonna dehydrate that thing and maybe eat some of the powder and then figure out. No, I think if you wanted to see me eat a whole pod, like I think last year was the year to see that.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you don't have to eat the pod, but you should at least dump that whole thing into a juicer and have yourself a nice shot.
I don't have a juicer.
uh,
What's up,
Well, you can
Chad?
always take a knife out, chop it up really, 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 really fine, and then throw it in and mix it up really well with the fork until it breaks it up.
With what?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think about the top of my head.
We'll mix it in with what? Nothing? Just you got it up to cut it up, but you didn't figure out what ingredient to mix it with?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say milk, but you don't do the milk thing, and you don't have ice cream, so that cuts out those two. So you can mix it with fruit, but I don't know if you have any fruit there. So the only other thing I could think of would be water or soda, or heaven forbid, one of those beer things. Can you imagine how that would intensify it, or could
go
intensify it?
One of
go
the
make
what?
yourself a peanut butter and banana pepper sandwich.
One of the what? What would intensify it?
A beer. Take
Uh,
the crushed up pepper and throw it into a beer, and run it through a blender, and then drink it.
ugh,
I don't think I could do it either.
Oh.
no. Anything carbonated is not good with hot things.
Add some Sugar Rush peach to some peach schnapps. Go to town.
I'd do that. Well, I don't think Sugar Rush Peach is hot.
So then it's not a challenge for you to eat one of those.
I have. I've eaten like
Make some king nuggets.
7 of them on these live streams.
Yeah. Well, Brian says tomato juice. Which pepper was it that you were holding up?
What? Oh, the one that Dave was warning me about,
Yeah.
the daisy cutter.
Uh-oh. Didn't he
Yeah.
send me some of those seeds?
Did I?
No, I think Dave did.
Oh, possibly. I got these from Susan, who got them from Dave. And when
Paula
Dave
says,
found
show
out
us
I
what's
was growing them, that's when he messaged me privately and was like, "Hey, by the way, I just wanted to let you know, like, these are not just really, some crazy peppers that you're growing. You might really want to be careful with them." So ever since then, I'm like, "Oh, great."
Paula says, show us what's in your fridge. We'll let you know. JDS is smiling, and Charles says, listen to Dave, Rev.
Absolutely, I have. That's why I'm like, "Oh, there's no way I'm gonna eat one of those tonight." I was one of those crazy people. I'd be like, "Yo, 6 more likes, and I'm gonna eat this pepper."
You heard him, people. He said 6 more likes, and he's going to eat
No,
it.
absolutely not.
We're at 12 now. So there's 16. I got a daisy cutter from Dave. Chad says peer pressure.
How was that,
Paul
Charles?
says up to 14. Chad says peer. Yeah, Charles, how was it? Paul says, hey, where's your dog?
Dog's
Yeah.
right here. She's sleeping. See? Oh, she's super lazy. Gotta have the dog.
Yeah.
Pookie. Oh,
Charles says, listen to Dave. That's all I got to say.
absolutely. That was the plan the whole time.
It's just like a scorpion. There's no way I would eat a whole pot of one of those.
Oh, they're Well, within reason, I'll eat a whole pod, but for the most part, on a super hut, no, I'm not eating a whole pod anymore. It's just dumb. Don't do that. And I'm not saying like I had any bad effects or, crazy stories to relate, but just not that good to do. You're good enough with a half a pod. You're fine. You don't have to go all Brando or Johnny Scoville on it.
That's why I don't mind my ahis.
Hmm.
I'll eat ahis. They're not hot enough to do enough.
They could probably do a number if you weren't prepared, but you give the average person who's like, "Oh my god, a jalapeno, that's super hot." You give like ahi, whatever, lemon drop, pineapple, sugar rush, whatever to them, and be like, "Oh my god, that thing like totally lit me up."
Well, okay, so to go along with that, uh, we were doing what were the first batch? Were they Bohemian goat pickles?
Yep.
The first jar we did?
Yep.
We were eating those things like,
What, the pickles? No, that was like pepper gills.
No, we're talking the first original batch that we were
yeah,
testing.
Uh, I
before
thought you meant the
filming.
pickle. I thought you meant the pickle contest, which everybody can find on YouTube on Rob Z's channel.
Yeah.
Uh, we were eating them like no problem. Even Rob was eating a few, and my dad had one. And 2.5 hours later, he was like, "Holy that pickle! What the?" So, I mean, he's definitely a lightweight when it comes to spice.
Oh, my dad, he can't handle spice at all. I remember at one point I made stuffed jalapenos. I got store-bought jalapenos and stuffed them with cream cheese, wrapped them in bacon, and cooked them. And I had a few extra, and I was like, "Hey, you should have one." He's like, "Oh no, I can't eat them." And I'm like, "No, they're really not hot." Like this was before like I broke my taste buds. And I was like, "Yeah, no, they're really not that hot." And he ate them and he's like, "Oh, these are so good," because they had no heat whatsoever. But yeah, when it comes to heat, he does not like that. Mom can hang, but not dad. My dad's sister can really hang. She's the one we would go any restaurant and she'd be like, "Can I get the hottest hot sauce that you have?"
Jared says, so I'm just gonna hashtag pray for Dave.
Absolutely. Pray for Dave.
Chad is laughing. So Devin, with your bringing back your father into this, with the way that he is with peppers and stuff, he grew shishitos last year, and what was he growing the year before?
Uh, what all
Habaneros.
was there? Yeah, habaneros. We did grow some cayennes.
Shishito
Uh,
makes sense, but habanero and cayenne doesn't make sense.
I think
Shishito, they
we
don't have any heat.
I think we grew jalapenos, but I never picked them until they turned chipotle.
Or
Um,
sriracha.
yeah, turned red. Um, yeah, I don't know. He couldn't even eat the jalapenos. And then he grew some, I forget what it was. It was some little, like, it started off purple. They weren't much bigger than that in length, but then they'd turn red, and they had no real heat to them, but it tasted like you just kind of took your salt shaker and shot of salt into your mouth.
Before the heat level, I was going to say Bolivian rainbow, but they
I think
usually are.
that's
They
I,
usually have some heat to them.
I want to say that's what it was, but these didn't have much to it.
Because that's where JT's Freak peppers came from. They were Bolivian rainbow, then they became Freak, and then they became St. Thomas Bain,
Hmm.
which I don't believe I did a taste test of them last year. I tried them in the greenhouse, but I tried a bunch of them in the greenhouse, but never did it on camera.
Oh, we're trying to grow some of the Bolivian rainbows this year.
Well, I'll be able to tell you for sure once they start growing. Because I want to say at the biggest, it never got much more than looking like a little bush on top of the dirt. I think the whole clump of it was no bigger than that, and then it didn't get much taller than that, and it just kind of had little clumps coming off like that with probably 5, 6 peppers, little purple deals that would turn red
Yep.
per clump.
Charles says, "Does anyone have a magical butter machine and have used it for anything with peppers?" Magical butter machine? What is that? And that's what Paula says too. Aside from the "what is that," I added that. But what's a magical butter machine?
I'm kind of
Automated butter
guessing that
churn.
I'm kind of guessing that this is magic and butter. Probably a machine. That's as best as I got.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get an answer on that.
I would assume at least.
No, I've never used it.
It's for herbal infusions.
Yeah, you can't censor the chat.
Well, I guess that's why it's a magical butter machine.
Everybody's thinking rosemary right now.
Yep.
Either that or thyme. That's a popular one.
Or mint.
Or mint.
Oregano.
Can't get rid of the mint.
Chives.
Mint is everywhere.
Green onion. I know.
Nah, green onion.
There's a warning with growing mint. Don't grow it anything other than a pot because it does not go away.
Oh yeah.
Put it in the ground, it'll never go away. It's considered a weed.
I'm gonna clone it and then put it up on the back hill and just put it all over the place. Just see if the deer completely annihilate it or if it takes over.
Yeah, so Chad is actually saying it's for sage infusion. My bad. Okay. I saw TGEM make pepper tincture and sauces with it though. Okay. No clue.
I saw them.
Sounds like fun.
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
I mean,
I'd try it.
Depending on how you would load the sage or whatever into the machine, if you
Well, I'm
were
sure
to
you
keep.
do it carefully.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, if you were to keep the peppers in the same kind of consistency, I wouldn't see why you couldn't infuse butter with hot pepper. Because, like, if it's supposed to be a fine ground, you'd probably want to put in a fine ground, not crush your pepper. Or vice versa.
Now, we're talking actual butter for eating type butter?
I would assume.
Okay, because what would stop you from taking and just melting down some butter and throwing a whole bunch of pepper powder in it and then putting it into a cup and in the fridge?
No, that would work too.
JDS laughing out loud. Wallace says sure. Chad says it would work. And yes. I don't know what the yes is.
Yeah, that'll work. Just do the exact same thing. I mean, it's infusing the cannabinoid oil or whatever the heck with the cannabis. So same thing with the peppers. It would be grabbing the capsaicin, or if you're British, capsaicin, or the capsicum, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I know when they make the extract, they do it. They take the peppers and grind them up into a really fine paste, and then add it to an alcohol base and let it sit for a while so the alcohol will take and dissolve out the hot stuff, then filter out the big pieces then dehydrate the alcohol off it. And what you're left with is your extract. So I don't know if that would work, but I have no idea. I have a different infusion machine, but have only used it for other herbal stuff. I guess you can make other stuff too.
Maybe it's legal in his state, Rob.
This much is true. I'm thinking more along the lines of YouTube and reacting.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everybody's got to overreact about something, I suppose.
Yeah, Paula says this video is totally getting flaked. But to keep it actually, legit, we are talking about making pepper oil or pepper butter, and wondering if the machine that is used for something else can be used for infusing butter with peppers.
And
So
every
it's a
single live
legitimate thing.
stream I make gets flagged.
Yeah.
Actually, like lately, almost every video I put up gets flagged.
It was Rob.
Hey, I was talking about like aquaponics and like gardening. Like, oh, that's flagged. That seems suspicious.
Me. I don't think so. If it was me, then I'm fired.
Yeah, so whoever out there is flagging Rob's videos.
Oh, it's YouTube that's flagging it. It's not people. It's
I
not like
thought
it
someone
says
had to
my
complain.
video's flagged. They're just like, oh, by the way, your video's demonetized.
I thought somebody had to complain in some way in order for YouTube to even investigate it.
Oh no, algorithms do it. And
Yep.
there was, yeah, no, maybe you've missed Adpocalypse 2.0, and now we're in the middle of Adpocalypse 3.0 right now. There's a ton of different like keywords that you use, you're automatically flagged.
Wow.
My video Batman versus the One Chip Challenge, oh, that one's probably going to be flagged for a long time because it says Batman. Can't have any kind of superhero. That's part of Elsagate.
You
Can't do
just said
that
it
stuff.
like 3 times, so much for this video.
Hey, whatever. Oh no, Paula, I am like the crusader of fighting every single flag video. I do not have a video that does not have an art or request. What do they call that? Whatever they call that. Manual request review on my video. No, I'm down to. I was down this morning to 20 videos. Now I'm down to 19 videos. But it's always ones with like dumb names.
Jared says that would be different to make cookies or brownies with pepper infused butter. Yeah, I think so too. They always
Wait,
approve
was
it
Jared
though.
saying he's gonna send them to you and Devin and me and sorry, I was just reading into that.
Hey, I'd eat some pepper infused cookies or brownies. Just make sure they're legal for airmail or mail and some.
Yeah, Devin would love some Reaper infused cookies.
Oh, I'd try one. Probably almost kill myself, but I'd try one.
It depends on how much you put in too, and how big a batch. But you
I'm
can put
going
in
to make
a batch to
one
give it a
cookie,
pinch.
1 3-gram bag to one cookie, and send it to
No.
Rob.
Double no.
Just use red
Triple
velvet.
no.
Use a red velvet cookie. He'll never know.
I would smell it, I think. Chad says I had a video flagged and demonetized for showing a salamander that had shed its tail. Said it was too graphic. Okay. It's video
I've won on better
as
video
a video Reaper infused cookie. Huh?
I've had shooting a deer video. That one got flagged and it was put back up. Fight it. Always fight it. The algorithm is always wrong. No, I'm down to 19 videos that are flagged. Like I had a whole pile and now I'm down to 19. And most of like no, not most, but like four of them are like the last like 2 weeks videos. Prior to that, they're all like, well, what am I coming up on? Yeah, I'm coming up on my 8-year anniversary here coming up soon. But no, most of them are like, 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Ah,
So it's been a while that they've just kind of not decided to check into things.
No, they changed algorithms. That's what it always is. Like it used to be back in the day, like you would do the tags, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, tags were the most important thing. That's how everybody finds your video." Then they were like, "Oh, everybody's like scamming the tags, so we're gonna go to the description." And then like, oh, people were scamming in the description, so they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the title." And then people were scamming the title, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to whatever." Like an algorithm, and they just keep changing it. And every time they change it, this is why like you find all these YouTube videos where people are all mad at YouTube and like, "Oh, you're screwing me over." That's why, because they keep doing all these weird algorithms, and like all of a sudden, like, "Hey, you've been really successful at YouTube, and you actually made a living at YouTube. By the way, 50% of your content now just got flagged, and you don't make money off of that. Good luck trying to get that monetization back while you continue to rack up views." That's where
yeah.
all the outrage is. It's not even that it was demonetized. It's that it's demonetized while they keep monetizing it while it keeps going up.
Hmm. Let's see.
That would be funny, Jared.
Yeah, I'm not. Jared says I'm not using my machine to try it. Probably make everything hot for a long time. Yeah, probably.
No, the next
Charles,
comment.
Charles says
Like,
probably would be the case, Jared. And Jared says that's kind of like using your wife's coffee grinder to make pepper powder. And I use a coffee grinder to make pepper powder. Do you have to buy her a new one? Yes, you do, because you can never get it out of there. It's just like grinding a cigar up. The flavor never comes out.
That,
Uh,
that wouldn't be
Paul
bad in
says,
coffee.
is it a bird grinder? Huh?
That wouldn't be bad in coffee.
Yeah, I have a separate coffee grinder for grinding up cigars, and I have a separate one for grinding up peppers.
grinding
And
up
for an old one.
cigars.
It's a long story, but yeah.
Why you do that? You need it more ground up than it was?
To make an extract of it, it has to be a very, very fine powder. So we take the cigars and grind them
Okay.
up really, really fine. So
No, I
yeah,
was
long
thinking
story.
about like loading it into a cigar wrapper again and then rolling it up and smoking. But no, to make extract, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, why do you need to grind it up anymore? They already did it.
yeah.
Should
Is
be
it a bird
pre-rolling
grinder?
over
Mine are
it.
they're blade grinders. Okay, I didn't do it, but a friend of mine did. Laughing out loud. Yeah, I wouldn't want to take and put coffee in one of these grinders because capsaicin, I think, gets all along the walls and it just doesn't come out unless there's other food there, and it comes out enough to make you go nuts. Although that would be a fun prank to play on Carol if she was still here. I didn't do that, but a friend of mine did. Paula, I just explained that the cigars are, the extract goes into an e-liquid. It gets extracted out and filtered out multiple times, and then it's reduced down to make a um, liquid for e-juice. Yeah, like Jared says, vape juice. Aaron
Aaron
Hernandez
says
says,
smoke
smoke
it,
it.
and then
Nope, you
Jared
have
says
vape it.
snort it.
Yeah, snort it. That's actually not far off from what they used to do. Uh, well, they had the snuff boxes. What do you think snuff was? You see people grab a little snuff and snort it. It's tobacco powder.
Sniff enough.
Yeah, that's people
I
used to
never
do
did.
that way back when.
I never did
Yeah.
that.
And Aaron says my mix is awesome. Thank you, Aaron. I rather enjoy it myself. Devin doesn't. He doesn't care for the cigar flavor.
I don't know. I'd much prefer to have a real cigar if I'm gonna have a cigar.
Yeah.
Why celebrate
Yeah,
without?
hi, Aaron. Huh?
It's not a celebration if you don't have all that added risk of cancer.
I'm just gonna let that one go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna jump on that one.
And I don't know how you would snort juice. I guess you could, but you might drown.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I
At
think I'll
very
pass on
least,
that
you
one.
cough it back up.
Ah, so my gummies idea seems to have fallen flat. The spicy gummies. So, what would be another spicy challenge we could do?
Gummies.
Yeah, I made up a whole bunch of gummies that were spiced with different powders, and people liked them for the first couple, but then they didn't want anymore. So I don't think that would work for a hot taste thing. I liked them. They're easy enough to make.
Well, most people don't like hot stuff, so
Yeah, but this is the pepper group at the store.
yeah. Well, there's always that. But that being said, I don't know. Hard candy. That's probably your best bet. Retains the heat. It's like levels where it's like, oh, you get this amount of heat, then you get this amount of heat, then you get this amount of heat, and it's kind of layered and stuff like that. I don't know. That might work.
Oh, if I just had a candy tumbler, that could be a good idea.
You don't need that. All you need is like a pot and like a candy thermometer.
Yeah, if you want to make it all the same flavor. But I'm thinking start off with like a jawbreaker where the outer is a little bit hot, and then as you get further and further and through and get down to the base of it is when you
There
run
you
into the
go.
scorpion at the
Like
middle.
like Alan or like Aaron just said, infused with powder or coated. You could do powdered and infused not with powder, but with like extract of that dead center of a gummy.
The gummies that I did um, right when it was coming to an end, after I got done mixing it, I put powder in, mixed it up, and then I put it into the mold. Get Brando's recipe. I prefer the coated spicy gummies. JT Bear makes hard candy and fudge,
Yep.
and peanut brittle with pepper powder would probably be good. I thought about that too. I've never made peanut brittle before though.
Yeah, I like peanuts, but I've never liked peanut brittle. Never saw the I never saw the joy in peanut brittle.
See, I don't know. I'm more of a toffee person.
They don't like I don't like sweets. So like I'd rather eat green beans than like, candy.
What
I don't
about
know.
candied green beans?
No, no. But if you're talking about like candied yams, okay, now we're talking. Like that kind of stuff, I'm all with it. But for the most part, nah, I'd rather have lima beans or like I don't even like corn. Like I find corn to be like the least amount of nutritional value that you could ever get from any kind of thing ever. Like probably you could get better content from sugar. But like I'll even eat corn every once in a while. Like, but I'll eat that like way before I'll eat like, I don't know, my favorite chocolate would. I don't like chocolate at all, but like not Kit Kats. Well, they're okay, but what is Reese's peanut butter cups? I like those because they got peanut butter in the middle, but I would much rather eat Brussels sprouts than Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, I'm weird.
Charles says people may have a peanut allergy, though. I agree. Chad says, "Oh snap! Hot candied yams would be awesome."
Oh yeah, I love sweet potato pies, candied yams, any of that stuff.
I used to take a can of creamed corn and a can of regular corn and mix them together in a pan, and then throw a bunch of Frank's hot sauce in with it to spice it up a little bit, and sit and eat that entire thing for a meal.
No, man, no, you can't do that.
Yes.
No, that's just absolutely disgusting. Cream corn, come on. That, oh
Yeah,
my
but it's
God.
only half.
No, no, you can't. Oh my God. That is so disgusting. Cream corn is
I
so
like it.
horrible. No, you leave out the canned corn or the cream corn, and I'm with you. But you add the cream corn, that is so disgusting. Cream corn is like, good Lord, man. That's no. Brussels sprouts are awesome. I love Brussels.
I agree with Jared. Sprouts.
No, you need more butter and more salt. You'll find them great.
Yeah, and that's a
Brussels
strange thing.
sprouts, boiled cabbage, it's all like an acquired taste.
Yeah,
Boiled cabbage, you got to do it with ham. That way you associate like, well, I like ham, and like you associate ham with the boiled cabbage, and then you're like, ah, maybe I do like boiled cabbage. I like the ham, and it kind of tastes like ham. And then next thing you know, you're like, ah, maybe I do like it if I add a lot of butter and salt. And then next thing you know, you're like, ah, maybe it's okay. And then after that, then you jump to Brussels and you just load them up with butter and salt. And you're like, ah, I don't know, it kind of tastes like boiled cabbage. Like it kind of reminiscent of ham, but there's no ham there at all. You just kind of think that because your mind like reminisces back to the ham. And that's how you brainwash yourself into liking boiled cabbage and Brussels sprouts. Love that stuff. Man, it's so good. And I hate ham now.
Ah,
Jeez.
I find it strange. I do not like cooked cabbage. I like it raw, and I will only eat it raw. But I like cabbage, but I don't like Brussels sprouts. And they're all in the same cabbage family that pak choy and bok choy is. And broccoli is in the same cabbage family, and I can't stand broccoli, but I like raw cabbage.
Yeah, the only way I can eat broccoli is if I stab it like 300 times with my fork, and then it's completely brown because I've soaked that much soy sauce into it.
Oh, I'm not a fan of soy sauce. So much salt. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the only way I can eat broccoli is if it tastes like I just ate salt from a spoon.
Well, I'm a recovering salt addict. And as a recovering salt addict, I don't know. I can never get into soy sauce. But that being said, throw some daggone salt on your broccoli. Oh yeah, and some butter, which also contains salt, and then add extra salt on top of it. That's how you eat broccoli. Mm.
Boy, the chat is really lighting up at the moment about creamed corn and being good and bad, and about Brussels sprouts being good and bad, and whether they should be illegal. And now we're switching to broccoli.
And Jared likes corned beef and cabbage. I gotta agree. That stuff is great. Corned beef on its own, not
Oh,
too much. Cabbage on its own, yeah, more. But you add them
Corned
together,
beef
that is
is
good.
corned beef's only good when it's SOS
SOS?
on a shingle.
Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't care for corned beef, and I don't care for cooked cabbage. I'll eat raw cabbage, but you don't get corned beef and cabbage with raw cabbage on it.
Wasn't it corned beef on a Reuben? Corned beef, sour cream, or
Oh,
sour cream, sauerkraut, and Thousand Island dressing, Swiss cheese, corn or rye bread. Isn't that a Reuben?
I don't know.
Mm.
Corned
I think
beef?
of Reuben's with sauerkraut.
It is, but isn't it corned beef?
I think so, yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and that's another strange thing. Sauerkraut's made from cabbage. I hate cooked cabbage, but I love sauerkraut.
I love
Probably the
sauerkraut.
vinegar.
Yeah, the vinegar and the salt.
Sauerkraut is really good for you. It's got all those probiotics in it and very good for your gut bacteria.
Only if you don't cook it. The instant it touches any heat, all the probiotics die, so you have to eat raw.
Well, I believe it's good for you even when it's cooked, but no, you're correct. If it's never been cooked, that's when it's optimal. That's when like you get like the max benefits of it. Yeah.
Yeah, going
That's
back
one of
and
my
forth.
favorite things to do. Grab like a pork loin and throw it in a crock pot with some sauerkraut for like, 8, 9 hours and everything. And make some homemade mashed potatoes.
Hmm. Jared says
I,
I like broccoli steamed, and then I mix mayo and mustard together as a sauce to dip it in. I don't, I don't know what to think of that. Mayo and mustard?
It's not bad.
I don't like mayo.
I only know that it's not bad because I used to be broke and make mayo and mustard sandwiches. Just so my
Well,
bread wouldn't taste like bread.
I normally I would like complain about mayo because I don't like mayo, but this year I actually messed around with like mayo. Let me see all the different things: ketchup, mayo, barbecue sauce, honey mustard. Um, there was a couple other ones that I tried, and actually I have to admit that mayo, when mixed with other things, not that bad. Mayo on its own, gross.
Well, and it has to be real mayo. Miracle Whip, I do not like. It tastes like somebody took mayo and just dumped a half a bag of sugar into the jar.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's a very nice way to put it. My friend used to say it was like Miracle Whip, which I like. And I only like it in the sense of like make toast, some eggs, and like some bacon, put them all together as a sandwich, use Miracle Whip as like, the dressing. And my buddy used to say, I love that. But my buddy used to say that Miracle Whip is pretty much like mayonnaise that they let sit out for like 3, 4 months and it rotted. And ever since he said that, I'm like, oh yeah, you're probably right. It kind of does kind of taste like it's rotted.
Chad says I prefer horseradish sauce to mayo. Sacrilege, Rev. You have to be like, or you have to like real mayo. Okay.
No, I don't like mayo at all.
Brian says it's midnight and you're making me hungry.
Yeah, it is midnight. Make me hungry.
Yeah.
Something I've been making that like I totally forgot about: French toast. You got like bread and you got eggs. That's all you need. Butter is like an extra. Throw butter in the pan, move it around, and then just dip your bread in the eggs and then throw it in the pan. Like 10 minutes, you'll have a meal. I
Yeah. Put a
totally
little
forgot
extra
about French
hot
toast.
powder in it.
What's
Put a
that?
little pepper powder in the eggs before you dip the bread in it.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah,
that.
instead of
Yep.
cinnamon, throw in some cayenne.
But I forgot
Yeah.
about French toast. It's been like 20 years since I've had French toast until this year, and I've had it like 20 times like in the last 3 weeks.
Ah.
Yeah,
So
I heard on Paula's comment, I heard 15 and that Reaper challenge is popping up.
oh
So I'm
yeah.
gonna hop up on here and
Devin, if you don't know what's going on, Paula put a post up. Huh?
I missed the last episode, so
Yeah, Paula put a post up on Pepper Lovers community that she got a Reaper from a friend of hers with a specific or especially made carved wooden spoon, and we've been trying to
which
get her to eat it.
which was an awesome looking spoon.
Yeah,
the
that spoon
spoon
was
or the
awesome
pepper?
looking. Huh?
I said, what are you trying to get her to eat? The spoon or the pepper?
The Reaper, yeah. Ryan,
Um,
Paula is eating a Reaper with one more light.
um,
It must be true because I see it on the internet.
uh, no, no, no. I'm gonna have to. No, heavy deliberation. No, I'm gonna go with the Reaper. No, I think it would be really fun to see Paula eat the spoon, but nah, I don't know. After further review, that might be bad for teeth and like intestines and stuff like that. So I'm gonna
Oh,
go with the Reaper instead. I was gonna argue that one, but no, I don't know. I think in just the sake of being a nice human, I think the Reaper would be much better. The spoon would be much more entertaining. I'm gonna say that. I don't know. Am I wrong, chat? Just saying.
Oh, poor Paula. We need to quit picking on
To be
her about
perfectly
it.
honest, to be perfectly honest, I don't think she's gonna eat either one. But
Yeah, well, she's
actually,
already.
she'd probably be more inclined to eat the spoon. But I really
Ah,
don't want to try to throw weight into her eating a spoon. That would just be weird.
yeah, that
so
probably wouldn't be very good.
Come check out my live stream. We like meat, we meat. We make people eat spoons. Oh, but they're wooden. It's not that bad. It's not like they're metal.
But
uh,
yeah, even if I ate a spoon, I wouldn't want to eat that one. It was a little too nice. But send it to the LABs. He'd probably grind it up and eat it.
so, would
True.
you rather eat a dried reaper or a fresh picked habanero rev?
Um, I'd go with the habanero only because that would be easier to get down. But seriously, I believe they probably a dried. Wait, would you say Reaper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Um,
Carolina Reapers.
no, the dried Reaper. I was gonna say they might be on the same heat level, but dried Reaper might be a little bit hotter. But it's gonna be really hard to get down because it's all dry and you gotta like salivate to get that thing down. Whereas the habanero, it's already juicy and you just munch away and just kind of swallow.
The reason I
Yeah.
ask is, well, I guess here, Rob, same question. What's your thought?
Dun dun dun.
Okay. I need a specifics on this though. Am I allowed to
Wait,
have
can I
anything to
see
drink while
the
I'm eating
dried
it?
Reaper and the habanero in front of Rob first?
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter what you prepare or how you prepare or what you have with you. Just, I guess, what would you munch on if given a choice?
If I could have a glass of water to eat it with, and I could prepare it however I wanted, I would go with a full dried Reaper pod because I can take it, crush it up, put the powder in, put the water in right afterward, and swallow it down before it has a chance to spread too many places.
I
Where
guess,
the
yeah,
habanero, you still have to take it and chew it up unless you crush it up really fine, but you could also take that down. So either way, I'd probably go Reaper myself.
the reason I asked was just because I have a couple of friends who were sitting down eating dried reapers out of a bag. Um, and then I gave them one of my dad's habaneros fresh off of one of his plants. And they thought the reapers were not an issue, but as soon as they each had one of them habaneros, they were down on the ground crying.
There's something about a fresh pod, man. Get that fresh capsicum, and that's what I was saying. Like, I'm not putting down a Reaper. I know that thing is. I mean, if you do the math, I mean, a Reaper would be 22 times a habanero, or what the heck, like point 0.9. I don't know, whatever. But whatever it'd be, or I guess it'd be like 9 times a habanero, something like that, to 22 times a habanero. But still, it's dried, and you lose a lot of heat value whenever they dried it up.
Well, that's going to depend on which drying method they use too. If it's an air dryer, you're going to lose more heat because everything's blowing past it. But if you use a freeze dryer, the freeze dryer actually leaves more left behind. So depending on which way it's actually dried. So they could have been eating the dried reapers out of a bag that were in a blow dry dehydrator system where it blew a bunch of it away, because I walk into the room when my dehydrator is going and I can't breathe,
Oh
because it's
yeah.
so hot. But a freeze
That,
dryer,
that's like the tip of the week, people. If you have a dehydrator, put it in the garage. Do not do it in the kitchen.
no, don't do it in the kitchen or the living room.
Yeah.
But it,
Mine's been in the garage since I bought it. Never run it in the house.
yeah, but you
Pro tip.
go by the freeze drying method because of the way that it puts it under vacuum. As the temperature is coming up on it, you don't lose nearly as much of the hot stuff. The water breaks through the crystal form and goes right from crystal to vapor. It doesn't hit the liquid stage. That's why it's so effective, but that's why it leaves so much behind. So, yeah.
Pro tip for true pepper lovers: use your dehydrator as your room humidifier while you sleep at night.
You'll get better at eating peppers.
And your sinuses will be perfectly clear in the morning.
Oh man, there were times last year I walked into the garage where I was dehydrating peppers and my eyes just started watering immediately and like started burning. And
Well, I
like
mean,
no matter what I did with my hands, like if I touched anywhere on my face, like it would just start burning. Like I'd touch my cheek and I would have like 4 burn marks because my 4 fingers touched my cheek.
you may as well go running through a pepper spray cloud. It's about the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Rob said, it's that heat taking all of that capsicum right out of the pepper versus the would you say freeze dried, where that would like actually capture everything within.
Yep. Yeah, because my dehydrator sits in front of a window with a window fan set on low, blowing out, so it pulls air through past it and then out the
Like in
window. But
the
I still
house?
get it. Huh?
In the house?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
in
he
the
always
In
says
the
he
room
walks
directly
into his
above me.
kitchen and kills himself.
Wait, you're like in Minnesota. What the heck are you talking about? Like you're one of those crazy people like in Brendan Picante's videos where you're looking like he's like, "Oh, it's like snowing outside." And you look and like the neighbor's windows are propped open and stuff, and like you're one of those people and like, I just got like like a fan blowing stuff out."
I don't dehydrate during the winter.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say because that's just weird because I see that all the time. Like every time he puts up a video, like all of his neighbors have like half the windows open. I'm like, what the hell? You got snow. Why do you have the windows open? That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like
My sister does it all the time. I leave my back door, the inner door open, and the windows usually cracked about an inch, inch and a half on the bottom.
with the heat on?
Well, yeah,
That is so weird. Why pay for the heat? Why not just shut the windows?
fresh air.
Something that
Yeah. Well, you just
might
walk
give you a little
outside and you get
understanding.
fresh air.
I guess I know from like my bed isn't anywhere near a window that opens the same way right now, but when I used to get my best sleep in the winter because I could crack the window just enough that it would blow the cold air in down the shade and onto my face, but the rest of my body would stay warm. And so just the cold air blowing on my face, but the rest of my body warm from being in bed and under the blankets. I I had some of the best night's sleep of my life.
Oh, I'm sure that's like, caveman DNA stuff where like it's really great to be camping out in the wilderness and stuff, but being all warm and cozy under your blankets, but nice and cool on your face. But like last year, my cousin, he would open up the windows. You'd have like a cold breeze rolling down the the living or the hallway into the living room. And I'm like, why am I freezing? What the heck is going on? It's like 40 degrees in the living room. And it turns out like he had the hottest room in the house, and he would open up the windows so the heat would just keep on running, but it would blow the cold air under the door because the heat would rise in the room, but the cold would fall and go under the door, and it would come right down the hallway, and it freeze the heck out of the entire house. Like, I mean, out here, like I ended up turning off the heat. It was so freaking cold. I was like, all right, heck with this, man. We'll just turn the heat off. I got it down to like 55 degrees in the house. Hey, wanted it cold, man. We got it cold in the house, man. I'm not paying to like warm the outside.
The difference
I
in
agree with what you said, but at the same time, like you gotta like get a wet towel and stuff it under the door so you're not like, projecting all that cold air for throughout the rest of the house.
Right. Don't want to change. Yeah, I can understand that, especially with as cold as it gets around here. The furnace will be kicking in every 20 seconds.
Well, that was the thing. My heat never turned off for 4 days. And I'm like,
Oh,
wait a
holy
minute.
crap!
It's not that cold around here where it's got to run for 4 days straight.
And yeah, that would be a bill.
Oh, it was. The funniest thing is, yeah, hey, electric company that charges me for my electric, what's the deal with this? So my heat doesn't stop running for like days on end, and I get the exact same bill as like the springtime when I turn my AC off, and I don't run AC, and my windows and doors are open for a month and a half. What the heck is up with that? Get the
See you later,
exact
Chad.
same bill, and no, I'm not
See you
on
later.
economy bill pay because I refuse to do that. I do month to month, read my meter every month kind of bill.
Chad's leaving, so good night, Chad.
Oh, see you,
It
Chad.
says
Sorry for being boring.
it says good times, guys, but I have to work tomorrow morning. Have a great night. I will be looking forward to Paula eating that spoon in her next video. Laughing out loud.
Or the Reaper, whatever. One of those two would be good. Spoon would be epic, though. Just saying.
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but if he's taking off, he's taking off.
No, definitely. Hope you're feeling better, Chad. Love that you're catching fish. I think I left a comment on that video. Maybe I didn't. Looked like a lot of fun.
Ah, all right. I'll be back in a moment.
And Jared said that he's got Reaper salt that is stupid hot. Did we read that? Sounds
I
pretty
don't think
fun.
so. It'd be interesting to try.
I've been meaning to make any kind of hot pepper and salt combination. I mean, like I said, I'm a salt addict, but nah, I think I'm in recovery.
What
I
about
could do
salt
without
so much?
salt with
You
just
gotta
about
put.
anything, but
You like salt so much, you gotta put salt on your salt.
well, back in the day, well, that's why I was saying, like, maybe back in the day, but now, no, not so much. Like, if someone was like, "We don't have salt," I'd be like, "No big deal." Whereas, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, I'd be like, "What do you mean? Like, I can't eat these fries, not without salt." Or, like, well, how am I supposed to eat broccoli or lima beans without salt? But anymore, I think I'm more into just the flavor of food. But that being said, I mean, I will add salt when it's there, but I don't go nuts with it. My dad goes absolutely nuts, just puts it all over the place. I think
Get
that's
out of the
why I
black
stopped
pepper.
eating salt. I saw him eating so much salt. I'm like, I don't think I should have to put that much salt on my food. What was that? Sorry, I think I cut you off.
I was saying that's the way I am with black pepper.
Oh
Cover
no,
everything in black pepper.
that's how I flipped it. I was really big on salt, and I'm like, you know what? Screw salt. And I flipped and I went to black pepper. And I was like, okay, now instead of salt, I'm going to put black pepper on everything. And that seemed to be like a really good trade off. And
Especially
then
when
after
mixing it with.
that, it was just like, like, return to salt, like just a little bit of salt, but heavy on the black powder. And then a little bit after that, I was just like, maybe a little of each.
I've noticed with the black pepper, it actually almost kind of intensifies whatever pepper powder you add it into. Just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
gives it that little extra notch.
Oh yeah, because I'll put like black pepper on like lima beans with like some butter, and then I'll have like some super hot sauce on some chicken, and I'll be eating that, and then I'll go for some vegetables and throw that in my mouth with the black pepper, and I'm like, holy cow! Seems like it just intensified. Flavor of food with salt.
I don't know. I add too much butter. That's my vice. But it has to be real butter. It can't be like margarine in a tub.
Or unsalted butter. Got to be the
Yeah.
salted butter. That was another thing how I got away from salt. So like with oh, we're gonna have broccoli. Well, instead of putting salt all over it, I'd put like a little bit of butter all over it. That way you get that salted butter all over it. That was like my compromise. And then from there it went to like pepper. And then from there it just went to like, just eat it raw. Not raw, but cooked, but no butter, salt, or pepper.
So did you ever eat anything, Rev?
No. I had no intentions of eating anything. I mean, I picked a bunch of stuff. I mean, that is a nice amount of stuff. But no, I didn't. It's all gonna hit the dehydrator, I hope, tonight.
So yeah, what else in your bucket there? Your little Tupperware.
There's White Devil's Tongue, there's King Naga, there's Sugar Rush, King Naga, yeah, right there is Scotch Bonnet, Teacup, White Peach, Daisy Cutter, King Naga, Yellow Trini, Naga, White Devil's Tongue.
So a little bit of everything, more or less.
Pretty much everything that I'm growing right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out what we're gonna do with all them plants we planted at the shop. I think we've got like 200 cups that are all gonna turn into like 200 plants. And if everything grows right, there's 3 seeds per cup. So we're looking at like 600 plants that we're gonna have to figure out spaces for. So that could be fun.
That's future Devin's problem. You don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that right now.
Rob's gonna have to change his theme song to like "Welcome to the Jungle."
You just go ahead and keep on keeping on. Everything will be fine.
This section of leaves here is MOA Scotch Bonnet. This section is Reaper. This section is.
You never know. Like half of them might die.
uh,
Either that or we can just line them all up in buckets all the way around and have a pathway to walk through. Take over the lounge area, fill that full of peppers, get rid of the couches, turn it all into a great big huge greenhouse.
we could just get a giant cargo net and stretch it from one side of the shop to the other.
Huh. You know, they have those upside down planter things for growing tomatoes. I wonder if you could grow peppers in them. Hang them out from the ceiling upside down. But then you'd have to walk around, hunched over.
At least you'd be able to walk around.
This much is true. Well, my ahis that are here are in starter plugs, so I think they're going to need to go into cups pretty soon. So I'm going to bring those into the shop. Well, I was thinking tomorrow, but it's not going to be very warm. Next day, it's rather nice. Flavor of food with salt. I flipped to Trini. I started cherry tomatoes today. Cool. I need what Paula is growing. But yeah, I was watching videos on how people take and infuse salts. And it's actually more complicated than I thought it was. One guy took a bunch of like kosher salt and just dumped Frank's hot sauce all over it, made it into almost a slurry, and then just left it out to dry. Then
I would
broke it up.
I would almost think you could dissolve the salt and water and then do the string method. So you would like dissolve it in water with your pepper powder, and then let it climb up the string and recrystallize, and then break it up into table salt again. But then it would be infused with the capsicum.
Huh.
What's up, Golden?
Hello.
Howdy even.
Did you say kosher salt and Frank's Red Hot?
Yeah. I just did a quick video search on YouTube for how to infuse or how to make infused salts, and that's what one of the guys did. Put it out on a cookie tray, threw a whole bunch of, put a nice layer of salt down, put a whole bunch of Frank's hot sauce over the top of it, put it in the oven for a little bit, let it dry out, took it out, let it cool off, broke it up, put it into a salt grinder, and that's what he did.
JT Bear made pepper salt.
So I'm wondering if can you take just regular like iodized salt and pepper powder, mix them together. I wonder if it would stay mixed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you were to, even if you were to like leave the salt water out on your counter until all the water dissolved, then you'd be left with salt and pepper paste in the bottom that you could then smash up into salt. Because it would leave behind the salt and pepper after the water dehydrates in the bottom of your container.
I wonder if it would have worked better with like Everclear, where it would evaporate out further.
I can't remember
Probably.
how I can't remember how JT made it, but he made it look really easy when he made it.
Huh. No clue. Because I'm thinking, these bottles that the spice comes in, I emptied one halfway out and then dumped the salt in it. Oops,
Cheers.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know. I'm
know.
gonna have to try that now. Mix some salt and water in the bottom of like a red Solo cup till it's a slurry, and just let it dehydrate itself out or dissolve. And then you can do it with some Everclear, and we'll see who gets drunker quicker.
Yeah, but if all the alcohol evaporates out, you're not going to get drunk. But it may add a nice little flavor to it.
I don't know. I
Well, I
wouldn't
wonder
see
what
why
would
the.
happen if you did. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I wouldn't see why the water would change it much as long as you're evaporating it out.
But I wonder what would happen if you did it with like a nice 80 proof whiskey where it would leave a flavor behind.
Yeah, but are you gonna want hot whiskey salt?
I don't know. I was just thinking on outside the box a little. I kind of do that once in a while.
You might, if anything, I could see hot tequila salt. Just because you put salt and tequila usually together,
Okay.
drink
Hmm.
wise. They'll put like salt on the tequila shot glass rim.
Well, you look at how many steak sauces have bourbon or whiskey or whatever in them, to give that extra little flavor to the stuff. Well, you could put hot in, and you could put whiskey type flavor in along with the salt going in.
Go on.
Probably wouldn't want to put it on macaroni and cheese, but
This is a $50 bowl of mac and cheese.
yeah, no thanks. I don't know, but yeah, the flavored salts has got me intrigued. Imagine that on popcorn.
Yeah.
Huh. With, like you said, real butter, not margarine. Hmm. All right.
So yeah, everyone thinks I use too much butter, and the fact that whenever I make a meal, I'll throw just a stick of butter in there. 'Cause
Yeah,
why not?
my sister does that too. Well, it's a lot better for you than margarine is.
Well, I mean, I watch cooking shows where the guy will go, "I'm making one hamburger," and then throw a stick of butter into the one hamburger, and I'm like, "Holy crap, that's a lot of butter." If it's to an entire meal, though, that's not much butter.
Yeah.
I think we might have
Ah,
lost Rev down there.
he's just being quiet.
No, I was trying to search for JT's video about the pepper salt, and for some reason I cannot pull up. I think it was his other channel, and I cannot pull that up at all. Looking through everything.
Okay, so really bad idea. Hot infused salt challenge, multiple different heat levels, and I have these really small uh, measuring spoons that go down to a drop. One drop of powder on a potato chip challenge to eat all the way up through the line.
Could be fun.
That could be painful because even just a drop is
You should
still
learn
quite
how,
a bit.
you should learn how to make cheese, so you can make us some pepper infused cheese challenge. That I would do.
Pepper
Actually,
infused
making cheese is
cheese?
pretty easy.
I mean, like they've got habanero cheese and pepper jack, but
Right?
that's not what I would consider even the slightest bit hot cheese.
Right.
No, pepper jack is great, but it just gives me heartburn. It's not hot at all.
I really feel like it kind of the fact that the way they put the peppers into that cheese kind of just makes the cheese taste really disgusting and not worth buying.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll find a good sized piece of pepper and pepper jack, and you'll get a
Well,
slight twinge out of it.
that could also be like part of the whole hey, let's make everything hot kind of thing where they're just like, oh, let's sloppily make something hot. Like, oh, what hot peppers to I don't know. What do you got? Oh, cheese? Yeah. Well, we'll add hot peppers to cheese. And like just sloppily throw it together and
Uh,
it's not actually really good. It's just like, we did it.
yeah, more or less. How it seems when I buy like store bought pepper jack and habanero jack.
Well, that's my biggest problem with anything. Like, if you want me to try, one of the world's hottest peppers, that's a completely different animal, long term. Then if you want me to try, I don't know, like Wendy's new hottest blah blah blah, fries, or hottest chicken sandwich, or whatever they're gonna do. Like, I guarantee I'm gonna get heartburn from whatever their hottest thing is, and it's not gonna burn my mouth at all. That's how it always goes. I get heartburn. That's how I know it's hot, but it wasn't hot at all. Meanwhile, I can eat like the world's hottest pepper, and it's like, oh yeah, it just kind of burns a little bit, but
Charles says most people really do put that stuff on everything. Frank's Red Hot sauce. I like Frank's Red Hot, but I have to add some ahi lemon drop to it to get it hot enough.
I
Golden
haven't
thread.
been able to eat Frank's Red Hot for like 3 years now.
Golden
It's
thread.
like adding vinegar to stuff.
I like the vinegar flavor though.
There's
Cheers
no
to
heat.
the whole panel. Go ahead.
No, there was no heat. Sorry, but yeah, thanks, Gold.
Yeah. Oh, Frank's Red Hot sauce is only 450 on the Scoville scale. Okay, Brian Huff.
While a jalapeno is 2,500 to 5,000.
Yeah. Brian Huff says just melt down a block of cheese, infuse it, and put it in the fridge to harden back up. Or would that work? Actually, it wouldn't work because most cheeses, once you heat them up, it releases the oils, and the oils won't go back into it when it's cooling down. Since cheese is made at cold room temperatures, it keeps the oil in them.
Point.
Paula says at JDS starting tomatoes already. Where are you? Okay. Brian says I guess it would depend on the cheese. For the most part, Velveeta might work, but that's not completely cheese either. Paula says, "How do you tag people in the chat anyway?" Chad.
To tag people in the chat, I believe you either do plus, like a plus and then their name, or it's an at and then their name. And whenever you do it, either way, if you do at or plus and put like RE, it should pop right up Revtos TV, and then it'll actually pop up like as a highlighted text, that is. I
Uh,
believe, right? Hang on. I'll try.
I don't know myself. Jared says I like pepper jacks. So do I. I'm not a fan of the vinegar hot sauces either. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like them. Paula says, "Oh, oops, Chad left." Charles says, "Me either. I like my hot sauces fruity slash sweet and hot."
What
I
about
guess I
you,
can
Rev?
agree with that. I'm thinking about the. There it goes. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
it's the
about
at symbol. So if
the
you
ghost
do
pepper
at and
sauce
then
I
the
have.
person's name, it'll highlight it for you. Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Well, the hot sauce is fruity slash sweet and hot. The ghost pepper sauce that I have is got very little vinegar in it, and I like it too. So, all right. Paula says I tried ad and it didn't work at Reptos TV.
No, it showed up on mine.
I like
It's
Frank's
got
cayenne
Reptos
sauce.
TV all red and highlighted.
I like Frank's cayenne sauce. Laughing out loud, I put it all over potatoes and eggs. Yeah, so do I. Wings.
I
Put
used
it
to
grilled piece.
until Dave sent me that freaking Allegheny City Farms hot sauce, and it broke my taste buds, and now I don't taste heat anymore. So ever since then, now it's like, oh, if I want hot stuff on stuff, then now I gotta like put this hot stuff on there, or like cut up a pot or something. I don't.
Doesn't show highlighted when I type it, but
Yeah, I don't think it'll
that's a
show
little
up
bit.
highlighted for you. I think it only shows up highlighted for the people that see it. And that's why most people, and I'll use myself as an example, most people will put in like at Revtos, but leave off the TV. It will not show up as highlighted for me. But they think that it comes up highlighted because they think they did it right, but they can't see it. So what I'm guessing is what the thing is. Because I've seen a lot of live streams where people do like the wrong. They'll put like half the name, and then it won't actually show up. Like Brian, I just totally see that it pops up highlighted and at Revtos TV. But if you put in at Revtos, then it probably wouldn't have.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
wondering if it's not a host deal either. Like you can personally tag people and people can tag you and you can see the tags, but nobody else has access to them.
Oh no, they can do it to you too. Well, here I can. Here, I'll just pop one in myself here. Well, I'm betting you're not going to be able to see it, but he will. So yeah. There's Brian Huff. It doesn't show up on my end, but on his end, it should show up with like a red highlighted area around his name, letting him know if the chat was too fast, which it's not. But if the chat was too fast, he would know, like, hey, there was something that had my name in there. That way you would know that happened.
Yeah, Brian
Well,
says he's
here, I
using.
can do this too. Oh, no, I can't. Well, let me do that. That's hilarious. Do this anyway. I hope this is
Legit.
going to work. Put it in there. Did that show up highlighted on your side, Rob?
Yes.
Weird. Because it did not. Usually, when I type in the first two letters, it'll be like, you mean Rob Z? And then you can just click it. But yours did not pop up at all. I just went blind. I was like, ROBB space Z. But yeah.
Yeah, it popped up bright red for me. But only the
Yeah.
person it's directed to has it pop up like that.
So, Brian, if you wanted to get Paula's attention, all you would have to do is at, Gapy's Grub and then type in, like, hey, Paula, I meant to ask you blah, 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 blah. And then it should pop up as a highlighted thing on her, not highlight the whole thing, but just her name would come up highlighted. And it would say, like, hey, you've got like a message that you should check out.
Hmm.
Oh, and I'm totally watching myself in the past. Always forget to click off of the.
Jared asked a question earlier about Velveeta saying processed cheese spread, it says on it. The reason they have to say that is because it's actually made from multiple different types of cheeses and is also made about 3 miles that way from here. The Kraft Velveeta cheese plant is here in town.
Velveeta?
Yeah,
Isn't
Velveeta is
it?
made right here in town.
Yeah,
Nice.
isn't it like pasteurized cheese product or whatever is the artificial?
Yeah, well, it says processed cheese spread, but it's because it's made with like 9 different types of cheese and some weird Australian milk. They fly milk in from Australia in these big 4x4x4 chilled tubs to make Velveeta with.
Well, starting to reach my time limit.
Yeah, it's getting close to quitting time anyway, and you got to work in the morning. Ha 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 ha.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I'll just leave the store locked for Alex to find tomorrow.
well, yeah, but you don't have to leave till 1:30, so that means I'll be there about 12:30 or so.
All right.
All right, go do something. Go grow a plant or something.
I wish I could just do it that quick. Like, boom, you grown now. You know how many plants I would have going? Constant. Just anytime a plant got sick, I'd just toss it in the garbage and be like, new plant.
Yeah, but if it got sick, you could just say, "Heal yourself," and it would be healed. Then you could say, "Grow bigger, grow more fruit."
Oh, funny.
If
Ah,
that would work, then my BTR would actually be producing.
You guys wouldn't have so many Reaper Scorpion problems.
Scorpion problems?
Didn't you have problems growing your scorpion peppers or something?
Like this one?
yeah, but how
Or
many pods have you gotten for the year?
or like this one right here? I've got a
Oh no, it
bunch.
flipped and fell and landed in your mouth.
No. Powders. Okay,
Oh,
see the
that's
one down here? It's not even all the way right, but look at the size of this gigantic thing, man. That thing is gigantic.
so eat it.
You see the green? Ah, look, it's still green right there.
You can still eat it.
Yeah, that just means it's going to be less hot than the others
Oh, yeah.
by like
No, it's
3 or 4
not.
Scoville.
I was gonna eat this white devil's tongue right here, but nah, we're all the way down to the end of the stuff.
Yeah, even Paula agrees. It's still green, so it's
Yeah,
not
it's
that
still
hot.
not that hot.
Well, when I did the ahi powders and did the unripe ones, the heat level there is different than the ones that were halfway ripe, which is different than the ones that were fully ripe. Devin's typing something.
Yes. Had to throw a plug before I
There you
disappear.
go.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Which is what and that's what I started off with. That's what everybody should be doing the entire time, by the way. That's why you got the wrench. Make sure everybody knows where to find you and check you out on your social media spot, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or whatever.
And I think most people on here know my YouTube site, but just do a search for Rob Z on it. I don't know the actual URL,
Well, same
but yeah,
thing with my channel. I'm sure everybody knows me, but yeah, check me out too. Whatever.
this channel doesn't exist, Devin.
Must be off by 1 letter or two. Let me
Yep.
double check for sure.
Well, if you click the three dots beside Devin G's name, you can click the go to channel thing, and that will take you right to it.
Interesting.
Which you can come back with, and I will paste, and that should be Devin G right there.
Yeah, see, mine comes up with the funky name on the end of it too.
Yeah, it's got the goofy name.
Why did it change it?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think it goes by the actual. You have to ask for the username to be put into the thing, and you can only do that when you get
No,
such and something.
my YouTube channel is like 14 years old. I've had it about half my life already. Probably
yeah,
not quite that much, but
I don't know what it is, but I know I got in nice and early. Like you said, you got in nice and early, but I know I got in, and ever since, like I had, like, well, I remember when they first started on YouTube, they're like, "Hey, you want to get like a personalized YouTube URL? Like you get your real name on YouTube as your URL." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like I've been
well,
youtube.com/RevToastTV since the day I started. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, apparently, like they did that for a little while. I mean, obviously, if you've been there longer than me, then I don't know what's going on. But like everybody that came after me, like they were like, "I don't understand why it doesn't work." But it was because, like, yeah, now you're like John Smith 42710 4AB, you know? And it's like, well, yeah, maybe you're not going to get that exact channel name.
Good night, Jared. Hope you're feeling better.
Oh
So
See
good
you
man,
night, all.
later.
good
I
luck
gotta
with
go.
that
Thank you,
NyQuil.
Brian, for adding my channel. It's more or less starting, so.
Good luck with that NyQuil, Jared. Hope it treats you better than it ever treated me. I tried that like 20 years ago and never tried it again.
Yeah, it makes me sick. So
Well, it's like alcohol, so it should be like right up my alley. Like I can handle alcohol, but not NyQuil. Oh, it's like here, take this amount and you'll be fine. I'm like, oh, okay, and I take it, and it's like, ah, it doesn't do anything. And it's like, ah, if that doesn't work, like try this follow-up dose. And it's like, oh, okay, try that, and like, bam, knocked out for like 14 hours. I'd rather, I'd rather like take a shot of tequila or something, which I don't recommend that either.
no, not when you're sick.
Well, no, I kind of recommend that when you're sick.
What is it? Rum and hot chocolate.
Or
Why?
I don't know what you're talking about, but a hot toddy is what my cousin used and my uncle would always say. Oh, you're sick, you need a hot toddy. It's like, you remember what it is? Like tequila, rum. It's some kind of hard liquor and something that's hot. Like tea or something. I can't remember. I just drink Jägermeister. Ugh. Yeah, Jägermeister's awesome. Ugh. Haven't had Jaeger in a long time.
Yeah, it's you end up sitting down and finishing the whole bottle.
There it is, right there. Hot toddy, whiskey, lemon, honey, and tea. That's exactly what it is, man, because that's all great ingredients except for the whiskey. When you're sick, you want to see all of those except for the whiskey, but the whiskey makes it all better. It
And
only
it would
makes it
depend if I'm sitting home or
really
not.
quick to go to sleep.
All right. Mr. Devin,
Yeah,
go to bed.
I was just looking into how odd it is that, yeah, they changed my channel name entirely.
The caplets would be much better. I could probably do that, but when it was the liquid,
Anyway,
ugh,
see you
gross.
later, everyone.
Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, it was good hanging out with you again, Rev. Getting to talk to everyone in the chat. Now that I'm kind of back.
Back to normal again, almost.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, man. After all that, what was it? Surgery? Should we call it surgery, or was it just
uh,
work?
no, I had some teeth removed, and then, so I mean, surgery on my end, and then my fiance has been going through some health issues and been having to have some procedures done, and so I've kind of been the driver and that shoulder to lean on kind of a thing. So it was interesting for a while, but things are, yeah, getting back to normal and on a relative track again. So looking up.
We'll give her a lot of well wishes from our chat and everything like that. I'm sure everybody will throw some well wishes in there for your fiance as well as you. We've been missing you. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? What, like 2.5 weeks, something like that?
Yeah, yeah, I want to say somewhere between like 3 and 6 shows, something like that. I don't even remember. It's been
The last
hectic.
show you were on was November 7th.
So
Man,
I don't
Johnny
even
on the
know.
4 weeks,
Yeah,
exact.
Johnny
All
on the
right.
spot over here has the dates memorized and everything.
No, I looked it up in the thing when I was looking for his email address.
uh,
That was the last time he showed up in the list. Okay. Paula says, by the way, gonna have to miss Wednesday going to a wreath making class. Well, that sounds like fun, but you were supposed to eat the wreath on Wednesday night.
Yeah, while Susan was here.
Yeah. All
all
right.
right, guys.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out with us, Devin.
Not a problem. Glad I
Everybody,
could make it on.
everybody, go check out. I threw up the link there. If you check out my last post, that was Devin's YouTube channel. Go subscribe to him, and make sure you give him a bunch of thumbs up on all of his videos and all that fun stuff.
Have a good
Take it
night,
easy.
Brian. Have a good night, Devin. Now go do something. Yeah, go do something is what I always tell him when he's taking off when from the shop. Oh, just go do something. Gotta have some
Um,
fun.
I don't know about the whole someone's gonna have to take my place, Paula. Maybe you should just go ahead and like live stream while you're at the wreath making class. Maybe we can put this into the live stream. There you go. We can make that a whole public thing where everybody gets to learn how to make a wreath. While Rob's over there eating hot peppers and Devin's eating hot pickles and all kind of craziness is going on like in the background, like everybody's suffering, but in the foreground we're watching Paula with her video of how to make a wreath. That'd be great, right in time for Christmas. Hey everybody, you feeling like getting into the Christmas spirit? Why don't you learn how to make a wreath? Join us while we go ahead and make a wreath together, thanks to Paula and her live streaming YouTube phone.
Yeah. Have a good night, Charles. She should get one of those pair of sunglasses that have a camera built into it, so
Yeah,
you can live stream through her phone from it.
yeah, the Google Glass.
I think that's a view the screen. I have a pair of sunglasses that have a camera built into them, where I can walk it around and nobody knows that I'm recording. If you could somehow
Yeah.
pipe that into a phone and then pipe that from there out over a live stream, you could be walking around and nobody would know what's going on.
Yeah, I used to have the pens where it was like right at the top of the clip of the pen.
Yep.
So you could like clip it right in your top of your shirt and it would like face out. Yeah, I got some crazy footage from that, but it was a little too real world, so I didn't actually ever post it.
Yeah, I got a lady at a bank fired because I had one of those sitting in my pocket and she was lying to me during a loan application and I called her on it and yeah, she ended up getting fired over it. But yeah, I used to have a pen one and a remote control, like a car remote one, and
Yeah,
the
and that's
glasses.
the thing I don't get is like I don't understand how people don't realize that we're in the world, like whether it happens or not, but you are in the world of everything is being recorded. So why would you try to like get away with things
Yep.
when you know you're being recorded?
Yeah. Well, she was trying and they did whatever and I called them on it and yep, she got fired.
And
So,
that was before Twitter, I bet, right?
oh yeah, yeah, this was 10 years ago.
Well,
So,
nowadays, thanks to Twitter. Oh, and later, Charles. I missed that.
yeah, I
Was
said
that
later
like
to
3 minutes ago?
him.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, we should probably call this as well. I don't know who all is still watching, but few people, but we're pushing that 3 hour limit and
I don't know.
just about
I'm
10
really
minutes
like
over late.
starting to worry though because Paula said she's not going to be here on Wednesday, and I'm starting to get nervous.
Uh oh.
Well, I
I see where
really
this is
was hoping
going.
she'd be here every time, so I don't know. I mean, she said she's joking around like someone's going to have to take my place on Wednesday because she's going to miss it, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to take her place.
Oh no.
I don't want to be, one of those people that's always kissing butt, but it's just the way I look at it. It's kind of like, well, I'm not going to compare anybody to anybody, but it's the same thing as Susan. Like, you can't just, oh, yeah, someone will take Susan's place, or, someone will take Dave's place, or someone will take Rob's place, or someone will take Tom's place, or, anything like that. It's gotta love those individual peoples.
Yeah, I'd be easily replaced.
So just throwing that out there, Paulo, you will be missed. Actually, we might have a pray for Paula going on Wednesday.
I knew that's where this was going.
It might be starting tonight. If anybody wants to start praying for Paula, go ahead. Hashtag pray for Paula on over on the Google Plus forum of Pepper Lovers. Make sure she knows your love and that she will be missed.
Oh boy. And she's answered a lot of, or she's been active on the PLC lately. Every comment you could go in there. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Well, yeah, she's the opposite of me because if you go on there, like every post, like you will not find my comment on there. I probably read it and thought I should make a post, but I didn't.
Yeah, I was on there for about an hour and a half this afternoon myself. Catching up.
The boss is yelling.
I have no idea what he's barking at. Unless he's barking at the wind shaking the house.
My dog was freaking out because, well, I said that earlier, where the sounded like bombs were going off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're a good ways away from the bombing range, like 50 miles or something, but. All right. Well, that was long enough, I guess. Definitely almost hit that 3-hour mark again.
And
So.
just so everybody knows, if it wasn't for one last second little glitch, we would have gone live like 2 minutes early tonight. But then we had to run into another little issue where Devin's name wouldn't come up to invite him into the call.
Oh, yeah, that.
So,
Oh no, like we
really?
were dead on, like ready to be on time. And like I actually played this out in my mind where I'm like, okay, we're gonna be perfectly ready to be on time at like 10 o'clock exactly. And I'm gonna purposefully say, nope, we're gonna sit here and wait like 3 minutes just to make sure that we're late. Like I already had it played out in my mind. Like there's no way we're gonna be on time. No way.
One of these days, I'll get him to hit that live button like 3 minutes early.
Yeah, we can do it. But if we do, you'll have to be subscribed and hit that little notification thing so that you actually notice that we actually went live. So, and Devin, if you scroll up in the chat there, hang on, for the people that are not. Wait, did I go too far? Oh, daggone. Hang on. It's got to be an easier way. No, it's over here.
Let's see.
Not easier.
No, it's over. That's it. Huh?
No, I was gonna try to go to his channel and be like, "Oh, it's easier if you search it this way," but dang. All right, no, I will. There we go. That's how I'll fix this. If you actually go down, if you're watching this in the aftermath, not if you're watching it live, and you want to know who Devin was, that was on late earlier. I'll throw it down in the description down below. The other guy that's over there is Rob Z. I'll throw a link to him down below, but he can go ahead and talk about himself and why you should subscribe to him.
I don't know if you should actually subscribe to me or not. I always enjoy it, but I like putting out different oddball videos from things in the vape shop to peppers growing to bottle gardens growing to my hydroponic systems. So diverse stuff going on my main channel. I have a secondary channel playing Minecraft. So
Oh,
that was
wait.
just
Yeah,
starting
you
up.
got to mention your Minecraft channel.
Yankee Ace 50 is my username on there. That's my gamer tag. So yeah, that's what my second channel is. It's like I said, playing Minecraft, just starting it up. So it's getting there. Still
So
getting
if
the
you
bugs
like
worked out.
Minecraft or you have no clue what it is, make sure you subscribe.
You can check it out anyway and see what things are looking like. And feedback would always be helpful because it's a new venue for me getting into. So yeah. And yourself?
Ah, I'm just me. But I saw Brian says good night, see you next meetup. Doesn't Brian have a YouTube channel?
I believe so. I think he's got two videos. I'm not 100%
Um,
sure.
no, I've got just liked videos. Hmm. Okay, well, if you like Brian, subscribe to Brian. But anyway, yeah, I guess we didn't really hit on it that much, which I'd like to, but oh, there was other. I had questions and all kind of dumb stuff to ask tonight. I did that. I didn't do that. I did that. Didn't talk about that. Didn't talk about that. I didn't talk about getting almost hit in the parking lot. Um, I didn't talk about like 3/4 of the stuff I wrote down. So neat. Maybe you should check out on Wednesday when I might actually get around to that stuff. But the whole point of the live streams was supposed to be to try to say, hey, here are some people that have YouTube channels that you should subscribe up to. Not just me or Rob, but people in the chat that are providing great information, and that is supposed to be one of the intentions of the entire video live stream type videos. So join us next time. Hopefully, I'll remember to include that a lot more. I tried a little bit, but kind of faded off. But yeah, I want to kind of include that a little bit more because it's not about me. It's not about Rob. It's more about everybody. It's not my. I mean, it's my channel, but it's not my live stream. It's our live stream. It's everybody in the chat. It's Rob. It's Troll when he's on here. Dave. Pray for Dave. Don't know what's happened with Dave. Very concerned. But
Here we go
Dave.
again.
What's that?
I said, here we go again. Hashtag pray for Dave.
Pray for Dave, pray for Paula, pray for everybody. But no, it's not just about like me. It's just my channel, and it's not about Rob. Rob is on the channel. It's about the whole entire experience. It's me and Rob interacting with you in the chat, and you guys in the chat interacting with each other, and actually, hey, I've got a YouTube channel, so do I, kind of thing, and feeding off each other, and maybe you can find somebody new, and hopefully doing that, find a new best friend on YouTube. Anyway, that was a long blah blah blah. I'm already winded. Yeah, that was a fun 3 hours. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know. Do you have anything anything else to say, Rob?
No, I think I'm good. I try to make it a point to get to most every comment that comes up in the chat. Sometimes, conversation is in deep between a few people and a couple comments get missed, and I apologize for that. But having you guys in the audience and the comments that you make um, makes this fun, a lot more fun, because you come up with ideas and different comments and everything else. So, more people we can have out there talking, the better. You know, we get up here, we talk, but sometimes we lose track of things to say, and you guys come up with good things and give us a whole new subject line to go with. So I'd say you're an important part of this chat is myself anyway. So yeah, so good job, guys. And for those who are watching later, you should have been here. It was fun. It is fun. Okay, that's enough for me.
I totally agree because like me and you talking, we could do that all night long and we'll probably just stay in like a one-to-one type interaction. But when the chat starts popping in, that's where it starts going rogue and we're like, well, wait, what the heck does that mean? And we actually, start going off onto, actual live stream type material. So without the
Mhm.
chat, I think that, it would, I don't know. I don't want to say me and you talking would be boring, but the chat definitely keeps it lively.
Yep, I agree
So,
completely.
so everybody in the chat, keep chatting. And if you're watching this in the future and you're like, where the heck's the chat? It disappears when it goes live and you can't actually see it. So if you actually want to engage in the chat and be part of the conversation where Rob will actually read your comment, it's crazy. But if you want to actually have that, you actually have to watch live, usually on Mondays and Wednesdays and it's usually at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah,
Did you say
we just
Tuesday?
what's
Monday
that?
and Wednesday. I thought you said Tuesday.
No, Monday and Wednesday. I mean, we
Okay,
can add extra days, but right now it's only Monday and Wednesdays.
Monday and Wednesday. Yeah.
What's up, Anthony? Yeah, we did see silence. I
Well,
hope we at least kept you entertained a little bit.
yeah, and Anthony said, "Hey," when he came in and had a couple of comments up there, and then it went to silence. He sat
Yeah,
back and watched and laughed.
I I can't give any kind of crap to him, man. I do that so many times. I will watch a video, not leave a comment. I will watch a live stream, not leave one comment whatsoever. I do that all the time. Like I totally hey, I appreciate that you were here in the first place. That's
Oh
all
yeah,
I care about, man. I don't even care if you leave a comment, but wish you were here earlier. That way, when there's a lot of people here, you could actually put your YouTube
he was.
channel up and let everybody know how they could get on in touch with you. You can do
He
it right
said,
now. We got 5 people still.
he says, but I love watching you guys, and he sure did. Yeah, yeah. He had put in comments up at the beginning of the call. He's just been quiet this whole time, unless he dropped out and then came back in. But yeah, he just
Yeah.
didn't have much to say tonight.
Well, I do the same thing. I mean, I use YouTube as my TV, so I'll click on a live stream and walk away from it, and I'll hear it in the background, and I'll be out working in the garage, and I'll walk in and be like, "Oh yeah, I was still listening to that guy."
Yeah,
But
like he says, been on since 9:15. So all
nice.
right, let's cut this thing loose and let these people go to bed.
Alrighty, so I guess we are out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching us. Make sure you pray for Dave because we're not sure what's going on. All I heard was Nutcracker. We all know as a guy that's not a thing you want to hear. So I just got to throw that out there. Nutcracker, not sure what's going on, but I'm very concerned. So make sure you throw your prayers out there for Dave. Make sure that he knows that you're thinking about him. And yeah, hey, what's up, Alex? Have a good one yourself. We
Yep.
will.
Night, Alex.
Oh man, Anthony's lady's birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday to Anthony's lady.
Mrs. Anthony.
Yeah, Mrs. Anthony. Happy birthday to you, Miss Anthony. Hope you have a great birthday tomorrow because Anthony was getting a lot of stuff ready for you and he couldn't even watch the live stream. So that's how much he cares for you. So,
Oh,
but anyway, thank you all for hanging out and checking out what's not really growing on, but going on over here on the live stream. We're going live again on Wednesday. Catch us again then. I'll catch y'all later. I'll leave the last second to Rob if you want to leave any kind of last things. Oh, his lady's name is Trina. Beautiful name. I love that.
yeah, I
Happy
do too.
birthday, Trina. According to my uh not calendar, my clock, it's already your birthday in my time zone. Happy birthday, Trina. But anyway, I'm going to leave the last few seconds to Rob. It's all up to him, and I'm out of here. So here you go, Rob.
Couple seconds. All right, later, guys. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time around. Bye.
Don't forget to say happy birthday, Trina.
Happy birthday, Trina.
Love you, Trina. That's a beautiful name, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I love that. All right, we'll catch you on Wednesday. Pray for Dave.